Welcome to Tabletop Tactics. Coming up on today's show.
You know what I'm going to do?
No, what are you going to do?
Stylish.
Very nice.
Wow! Smart for death there, Lawrence!
Doombolt, Doombolt. Folks, welcome back to Tabletop Tactics on this special day. This day of warding and warp fire. It is time for these new powerful tomes to be unveiled. The Grey Knights and the Thousand Suns.
They arrived!
They're opposites of each other.
They are
the light and the dark.
Dark mirrors. Yeah.
Dark mirrors. Very, very, very cool. Massive thank you to Games Workshop for sending us both of these books for review. So we thought, why not do a game for you?
What better way to review than to slaughter your enemies on the battlefield?
That's it, exactly. Yeah. So we've taken two pretty fun lists with a bit of variety to show you as much new stuff as possible. I'm already seeing some pretty nasty competitive stuff too, which is really, really cool, but we'll do that over in the league on demand.
Magnus is a bad man.
Magnus is...
Not today.
Magnus is pretty nasty.
He's a scary boy.
It's true. Well, look, let's go into these lists. I'm sure these guys are biting at the bit. Let's find out what the Grey Knights have brought today. Hammers of Titan fans, we descend planet-side to take on this demonic scum this day. It's 2,000 points on the nose, it's a battalion. We are running the Ward Makers, which is basically Grandmaster Voldus's Brotherhood. Pretty cool, got some really, really nasty abilities. I'll go through a lot of the stuff in-game. For now, let's get into the list. So, single battalion headed up by my Warlord, who is a Nemesis Dread Knight. He's an Exemplar. I forget what the second half of that stratagem is called, but basically it gives him 2 Warlord traits. Pretty nifty. I've given him Lawmaster, which is the Wardmaker's specific one, which means any powers he casts on an 8+ automatically go off. They cannot be denied. How cool is that? It's pretty badass. They've got other abilities as well, which I'll cover in game. His second Warlord trait is a classic, which has been revamped, called First to the Fray. It's basically a +1 inch to your advance and to your charge. And if he makes it into combat with a unit, he gives other units, Grey Knights units, charging that unit a +1 inch to charge as well. So it's still really good. It's not a reroll charge anymore, but it's still a very, very good trait. I've paid for a bunch of upgrades for this Nemesis Dread Knight Grandmaster. I've got the Silencer, I've got the Side Cannon, I've got the Sword. These have all got upgraded profiles, which is awesome. And then I've also taken Sigil of Exigence, which is a really, really neat ability, which allows you to basically redeploy if you're shot at. It's pretty nasty. And I've also given him Servant of the Throne, which is an ability which he can do a 3-up invulnerable once per game. So really nasty. Anyway, those 2 upgrades you'll see throughout the game. Then I've got a Brother Captain. He has got another upgrade called Foretelling of Locus. These upgrades are basically a bit like your Chapter Master / Chief Apothecary, that sort of jazz, right? So Foretelling of Locus allows you to redeploy 3 units. Really, really nasty. Just given him a Nemesis Force Sword. Then I have a Librarian. The Librarian, I have paid for a Stormbolter. I've given him an upgrade, which is the Gem of Inoctu, which is once per game I get a +2 on my casts. So quite useful because this Librarian's got powers which I basically want to go off when I need them, so that makes sense to give him the Gem of Inoctu. Then what we have are troops. I've gone for 2 units of 5 Terminators. These guys have fixed powers now. Most of the Grey Knight units do, barring a couple of exceptions like an Apothecary or Paladins, which is nice because in a way it makes it simpler. But what we've got is 2 units of 5 Terminators with 1 Side Cannon and a Warding Stave, because there's a cool stratagem I can use with the Warding Stave. Then I've also got 2 units of 5 Strike Marines. Now all of these guys have Nemesis Force swords. For me, I think these are the weapons of choice now. I know it used to be halberds and even falchions back in the day, depending on what you were doing. I think the sword's probably the best all-round weapon. So I've got 2 units of 5 Strike Marines. Then I move over to the Fast Attack, where I have 2 units of 5 Interceptors. Still love these guys. Everything in the Grey Knights force now is just, it feels like Grey Knights. We've got more attacks, we hit harder with our weapons. Yeah, we feel like veteran Space Marines, as we should be, right? Then what I have is, in the elites, a cheeky unit of 5 Purifiers. So the Purifiers are very interesting now. The stratagem to increase the range on a power as well, which can really synergize with their Purifying Flame. So hopefully I'll be able to show you that. They've also got Teleport Strike now, so that means that they can deep strike that unit without having to spend CP on like a Teleportarium Chamber or something like that. So neat. Looking forward to seeing how these guys do today. Then what I have is a Venerable Dreadnought, a Lucky Dreadnought. He's got the Armored Resilience power. It's a fixed power. I'll show you what that does in game. Giving him a multi-melter, and he's got his standard Dreadnought close combat weapon as well. Nice little tanky unit. Now we've got reduction of damage, and we're still ignoring wounds on 6s. Makes the Dreadnoughts quite a nice little pick. And then what I've done for a bit of fun, and I wanted to show the gunboat. I'm not really going to be able to show too many Grey Knight rules here, but it feels quite Grey Knight-like to take one. I've taken a Storm Raven gunship. It's got twin plasma cannon, hurricane bolters, and a twin multi-melter. Just a big roving gunboat, basically. It's 2,000 points on the nose. There's lots of rules and stuff which I haven't gone over yet, but I'm going to go over that in the game for you guys. Let's get it on. It's Thousand Suns coming up next.
Yes, the 15th are here, and they have brought warp fire with them, and apparently Papa Nurgle as well, as a fly just went past. How dare he. Today we are running a battalion, and it is Cult of Duplicity, so everyone knows the ability to teleport a unit or themselves around the board, so it can be helpful in a mission. Plus the changes to what Thousand Suns get are really nice. +1 to cast across the board is lovely. So that'll be really nice to sort of show off my psychic prowess. We have a bunch of characters in this battalion. We have a Demon Prince, a Prince of Demons. He has wings, he has a sword, he has a bunch, but all of the powers are going to be below, guys, and they will come up in game. Warlord trait-wise, he has Undying Form, so -1 damage, pretty nice to keep him alive, as well as the Conniving Plate Relic, so 2-up save, and you can only allocate half of your attacks to him, which is real cheeky. So you just go, oh, I've got 4 attacks. Well, it's more like 2. What do I do with the other 2? Well, is there anyone else to fight? No? Well, then they're wasted. Tzeentch is a tricksy, tricksy god. Backing him up, we have an Exalted Sorcerer on disc. We have made him a Rehati, so he can cast an additional power, which is basically going to be a smite because he knows the 2, and he has a relic disc, would you believe, called Thyrdderghyre. I will call it Freddy. He's riding around on Freddy the Disc. Really nice relic, allows him to advance and charge, fall back and cast, which is really nice, and he consolidates 6 inches in any direction. So he does that cheeky little thing of charging in, smacking someone with his stick, and then going, goodbye. I've given him a Warpflame pistol as well because I had points. We then, because I have an Exalted Sorcerer, I'm able to take a normal Sorcerer without using a HQ slot. That he is a Loyal Thrall, which is quite handy. And that is also the name of the upgrade I've given him, which allows him to cast a Psychic action instead of a Psychic power, not just all of your Psychic powers. So he can basically manifest a power and do a Psychic action, which is pretty cool. And he has a relic as well. No, he has a Warlord trait, forgive me, called Seeker After Shadows. So this gives me an extra Cabal ritual point. That will all come up in game. There's a lot of really cool stuff with that. And when he does psychic actions, he can roll 3d6 and pick the 2 highest. Now, I've only got access to 1 psychic action in this game, but I will endeavor to show it off because it's cool. And then finally, to round out the HQ, we have an Infernal Master. We're doing a little bit of a proxy here, guys, but it's easy to tell the difference because they all look very different. And he has a relic, the Umbralific Crystal, which is the Dark Matter Crystal reskinned, and his powers will come up in game. Troop size, we have 3 units of Thyrdderghyre, 2 units of 10, all with bolt guns. There's a Soul Reaper cannon in there. They have Icons of Flame, which gives me more Kabbalistic dice for my rituals. And the third unit is a single unit of 5 with 4 Warpflamers in there, an Icon of Flame, and a Warpflame pistol on the Sorcerer. Elite. Oh, we also have, forgive me, 20 Zangor with a banner and with a musician. We then have elites. We have 2 Hellbrutes. We have Hellbrutes with las cannons, because that's what they're modeled with, and their fists. 5 up invulnerable saves on all of the Thousand Suns vehicles is really nice. It's really nice, especially on Hellbrutes. It'll be really good on things like Lamb Raiders, on Predators. But it's pretty cheeky. And then we have 2 units of Scarab Occult Terminators. Each one has a Hellfire Missile Rack, a Soul Reaper Cannon, and their OBSEC. OBSEC Scarab Occult Terminators is really cool. That is the list. It's 2,000 points. I start with 9 CP, for it is the blessed number of Tzeentch. My victory is assured. It has been ordained. Let's have a look at the mission.
Today's mission is Retrieval Mission, a Strike Force mission from the Warhammer 40,000 Grand Tournament Mission Pack. 6 predetermined objective markers are placed onto the battlefield. The primary objective is Take and Hold, a progressive mission where players score 5 victory points for each of the following conditions they achieve at the end of each of their command phases: holding 1 or more objectives, holding 2 or more objectives, and holding more objectives than their opponent. These are cumulative and cannot be scored in the first battle round. Each player also chooses 3 secondary objectives that can score up to 15 points each.
Behold, a tide of magical traitors, warp fire fills the air, flame of Udun.
Ah! Well, the thing with tides, though, unfortunately, is they often change when facing the Grey Knights. They change against you, Mr. Chef.
Because it's the warp tides.
That's right.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
It's a clever 40k joke.
This is very clever. You are most wise.
Yes,
and hilarious.
As a new father, you have to, the dad joke.
You've been training for years, don't even lie.
I've been training for years, but now I'm at the peak of my power.
Have you reached Super Saiyan level 3 yet?
It's level 9.
1,000?
Yes.
Nice. Over here, the Grey Knights are arrayed. A Storm Raven.
Yep, just a bit of fun. Why not? You know, a relic of ancient times. Yeah. Ancient editions.
Formed up round here behind the ruins. You have seen the deployment. Yeah. You have seen our lists.
Yeah. Oh, a couple of things I should mention. I've got the 2 strike squads and a unit of purifiers in Deep Strike. To show you guys some cool stuff. I didn't mention the army rules, but I'm sure they've probably been previewed by Warhammer community, but the Aegis gives me 5+ invulnerable save, 5+ saves to ignore mortal wounds, and I also get a +1 to deny across the board, whereas you get the +1 cast and like 5 up invulnerable saves.
5 up invulnerable.
So they are a dark mirror.
It is a dark mirror.
Yeah.
It is a dark mirror indeed. Well, let's find out which reflection will take the first turn.
Yes, well, I shall roll.
When you are ready, sir.
Best of luck to you, Chef. Let us see.
That is a 1.
Open with a 1.
I see. I roll a...
With a 1. Okay, I
but
guess
not that
well,
mirrored.
we are mirrors of each other,
yes.
So they've clashed. They're looking at each other's reflection. Now we will open with a 6.
Oh, that's the floor.
Open with a 6. It's 2.
It's 100% better.
Okay.
Okay, are we going to roll a 3?
This is a tide of escalation.
Oh, okay.
Okay. 6.
Okay.
5.
It's
strong.
respectable.
6.
Oh, okay. We've escalated, and Tzeentch has found me in favor.
Yes.
But we will see how fickle he is feeling in Thousand Suns.
So before you do your movement, I will do my redeploy. Because I can redeploy up to 3 units.
I could redeploy, but I didn't take that Warlord trait because I thought I'd be, We've seen that loads of times. But this is something new for Grey Knights, which is really cool.
We've never been able to do it.
I love a cheeky redeploy.
Yeah, it's actually not going to do too much. I think both of our first turns are going to be pretty quick.
It is.
But
get them buffs up.
Do some moving to objectives.
All right, well, we will be back in the top of Thousand Suns turn 1. You'll see the redeployment momentarily.
Here they come. A tide of Thousand Suns moving through the craters and the tree lines over there on the far flank. Zangors have moved towards this objective, advancing up the battlefield. Did you actually do any other advance moves?
So I advanced with this unit of rubrics just behind here, just to sort of get a little bit of extra range. Everything else has moved normally because I do have a few weapons in range that I want to try and pop off.
Got it. Okay. Now you did a little bit of admin in your command phase as well. A Sorcerous Pact, a Dark Pact.
An Infernal Pact.
An Infernal Pact.
I'm consulting with demons, specifically the Glimpse of Eternity. So my Infernal Master down here, he picked up the phone and he phoned a Lord of Change and he said, could you give me a reroll? And he went, sure. So I can reroll any dice, one dice that I have rolled until my next command phase. So it's kind of like a command reroll, but on anything, which can be quite nice. And it's one dice, so I don't reroll like, so if I roll a 1 and a 6 on a charge, I'll reroll that 1, you see.
Yeah.
So that's quite nice.
That's very cool. Okay.
And this unit was doing the Retrieve Octarius data in the
woods there.
Movement phase. And yeah, the command phase wise, nothing else happened. There will be a little bit of Psychic. It's mainly going to be starting to get defensive buffs up. I might be able to get a couple of powers in range if I use like some of my Kabbalistic rituals, which I probably will to kind of show off, guys.
Sure. So with my redeploy, I actually just redeployed the Terminators and the 2 characters by this generator here. So they're already starting on the objective. I did that because looking at Chef's movements, he's basically out of range of all of his small arms fire. If he wants to take a couple of pot shots, so be it. Okay. Very, very interesting. Let's see what these Thousand Suns can summon then in their first Psychic phase, coming up momentarily. The Psychic phase begins. Chef, talk us through this large pool of dice that you have here.
The pool of knowledge. So basically with Kabbalistic rituals, you get a bunch of Cabal points depending on what is in your army at the start of your Psychic phase, if your entire army is Thousand Suns, which it is. So basically I have like 19 dice to play with and I can spend them on various abilities to buff up my Psychic prowess.
Got it.
So the first one that I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 4 of my dice to grant, for Echoes of the Warp, I select 1 Psychic unit from my army and they can perform a Psychic action to gain 1 command point.
Great.
Which is nice. I'm going to do it on this unit at the back here because they have a power that's not in range, basically, if I remember rightly. It is Warp Charge free, and I'm going to do that power. I gain a command point.
I'm not in denial range.
Not of that.
You've got a command point. Very nice. Okay, do you know what you're going to do next?
Not a clue.
Lovely. All right, well, I'll just use this opportunity as well because there's so many rules upon rules upon rules here that I forgot to also mention the tides that I will start in, which is the Tide of Shadow. Very similar to what it used to be, except it has got a 12-inch caveat now. So if your unit's within 12 inches, they will ignore the Tide of Shadows. But for all of you newbies at home with Grey Knights, what it means is my whole army counts as in cover, and as if we're already in cover, we also then count as being in dense cover. So a nice little buff to have there. You just declare that when you know who's going first. All right.
I know what I'm doing now.
Oh, you do? Okay, great. Perfect. Well, stay then. What are you doing?
I am going over to my, it's called Presage now. It's Prescience, guys, from this unit here. You might be wondering, but that was a Hereticus discipline, Chef. You can't do that on rubrics. You can now.
Can now. Okay,
yeah, they get access to both
the
the disciplines. So it's Warp Charge 7, so I'll cast it on a 6. I do indeed cast it. That will go on an 11. That is cast. I'm going to pop that onto this Hellbrute here for a +1 to hit.
Okay, so the Hellbrute's got +1 to hit. All right, do you know what you're doing next, or should we come back?
No, I'm then going to go over to my Sorcerer at the back here.
Yep.
He is going to cast Weaver of Fates.
Okay.
The Weaver of Fates, so this will give me a +1 to an invuln save. I'm going to cast that on this unit of Terminators at the front here.
Okay, the Weaver of Fates on the Terminators.
Ah, okay.
That is a fail.
That is a fail. So here's the thing. This is where you can get real cool now. So I have my phone because we don't have the cards, so it's to remind me of who has what powers. So because that is normally cast on a 7, Weaver of Fates is cast on a 7. Now I do get a built-in +1, so it puts it onto a 5. I'm now going to spend 9 points on Wrath of the Immaterium to add 2 to it, because you can do that after taking the psychic test.
Oh, that's nice.
So you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, dice spent. So that is now cast on a 7.
Great, and I'm not in denial range.
In denial range.
I'm just not in denial range.
No.
Okay.
So so that leaves me with 6 left. Now, unfortunately, there's another really good one here called Pact from Beyond.
Yeah.
You do it when attempting to manifest. You don't roll, you just cast it on the minimum value.
Which is also pretty cool.
Because
especially
remember,
if your opponent doesn't have a deny.
If they don't have a deny available, or if you do that, because remember that's cast on the minimum warp charge value.
Yeah.
The warp charge, so there, for example, the warp charge value is 7, but I get a +1, so it'd actually be cast on an 8.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Cheeky that, but I can't do that, so that's fine. What I am going to do is I'm going to go over to my, I'm going to stick with him actually, because I need to, and I'm going to cast Temporal Surge. It's called Warp Time.
Okay.
With a +1, I believe that is cast, because I think it is still
It's a 6 or 7 now.
Oh no, warp charge 7. Okay, fails even with my +1.
thought so.
And now there isn't a way to give a +1 to cast.
Yeah.
But I've already used the Kabbalistic Ritual on a Sorcerer, on that particular Sorcerer.
So you can't use another
Can't
one.
do it. So no Temporal Surge, that's fine. Now I'm going to have a think about what I want to do.
Copy that. We now turn the Tides of the Warp to the Infernal Master, who's doing Glamour of Tzeentch on this same unit of rubrics.
On the Zangor.
Sorry, on the Zangor.
Yes.
-1 to hits.
-1 to hit. It's cast on a 6. With a +1, you're not in range to deny anyway, so it does go off.
Okay.
And then my final power, and this is a new one, this is pretty cool.
Yep.
We go to my Prince. He is casting Desecration of Worlds.
Ooh, that sounds awesome. Okay, what does that do?
So it's 24-inch range visible to the Psyker.
Yep.
Warp charge 7.
Yep.
And then until the next Psychic phase, each time that unit takes a normal move, advances, falls back, or charges, I roll a d6 for each model in the unit.
Yep.
And on the roll of a 6, you take a mortal wound.
Very nice.
Now, normally I wouldn't be in range. But I'm going to, if I cast it, of course, I'm going to use some of my dice to get +6 range.
Oh, very nice.
But you are just in range to deny with your Grandmaster.
Yes, I am, yes.
But it won't matter, because I failed to cast it.
Okay. It's Hellbrute time, everyone. Opening up with the twin las cannon across the battlefield and into the Storm Raven.
Ha!
Here we go.
So this is the one with Presage on.
Yep.
So he's hitting on freeze.
Yep.
He's not in range to re-roll anything from any characters. He hits you twice. The Presage is nice. Freeze to wound.
Presage is nice.
I'm going to use my Glimpse of Eternity roll on that.
Free re-roll.
That's my free re-roll from my Infernal Pact.
Infernal Pact.
It wounds.
Okay. Saving here on 6s. I save 1, I fail 1.
Okay. The damage
Damage.
is 6.
Oh, nasty.
Very nice.
6 wounds down on the Storm Raven.
We can go straight over to the next one.
Yep. Okay. Second Hellbrute.
Into the Storm Raven, if he can see actually, because obviously it's still true line of sight. Let me just check.
Okay. Hold your horses. The second Hellbrute's actually not in line of sight.
I'm an idiot.
Of the Storm Raven. We are counting this as LOS blocking, but also it's true LOS blocking.
Yeah, you still
and
got to
it
see
is
it.
truly blocking the LOS of this Storm Raven.
Can't see
So
him.
there we go.
This one could just see his tail fin.
Yes, fair enough.
Which is why it was fine. So instead, he's going to fire his 2 las cannons into the Terminators in the woods.
Okay, fair enough. That's this unit here. So -1 to hit.
Yes.
I'm going to use Zone of Warding because I have a Nemesis Warding Stave.
You don't need to because you have light cover, remember? Because of your...
Oh, that's a very good point.
Yeah, so you didn't get it over on your vehicle because he's not
you're
a
only
psyker.
-3.
It's -3. So you don't need to use your CP on that.
No, I'm not going to.
I'm going to put you back up to 10, you see?
Yes, thank you very much. Yes.
2 las cannons.
Yes.
I hit you once because you are in dense,
That's right.
naturally.
Yes.
It is a wound.
It is a wound.
So 4 up save.
4+ invulnerable save. I make it on a 4.
4 up armor save. You just go, ugh.
4 up armor save, correct, yes.
We can go straight on to the next units. We're going to fire the Hellfire Rack here into the Storm Raven. He can see, I've checked.
Yep.
Hitting on 4s, no rerolls. Shame. Shame.
Shame this is.
It is a wound, it's -2, it's D3 damage.
Okay. fail that, it would be D3 down. This would actually
Yes.
degrade me, so I'm going to use a command point reroll.
Sure, yeah.
Nope, okay.
And the reason you might be wondering, but how am I doing that, Chef? It's 36-inch range now, which is nice. D3 damage, it's the big 3.
Ouch.
Oof. We'll go straight over to the one over here, and then that is my turn done, because I have nothing else in range. Without the Temporal Surge, I can't do anything about There is a power to give you plus 6-inch range to your rapid fire and heavy weapons.
Yes.
I don't have that power.
Okay.
I could take that power if I swap it out, but I didn't. So, 2 missiles, Storm Raven.
2 misses.
Well, I can reroll the one here because I do have a Demon Prince, the Prince of Demons.
Sure.
Damn it. That's my turn.
Okay, so some opening salvos there. The Storm Raven pretty heavily damaged now. There is a stratagem that I can put it on its top profile.
Yes, because it's Machine Spirit.
Days, yep, so that is something which I will show off. But yes, okay, no real kills.
Nope, that's fine.
He's setting himself up. Got some 4+ invulnerable saves on this Scarab Occult Terminator unit here.
Yep.
All right, let's see what I can do then. It's my movement phase coming up next.
The March of True Silver Armor.
Yes.
The Flight of True Silver Armor.
Yes.
The Lawrence.
Yes.
So we have moved up here with our interceptors, we've trundled forward with our terminators, strode forward, sword raised, flame of Udun with the Grandmaster in the Dread Knight, shuffled into the crater there with the various characters and the terminators. Again, just a little shuffle, very cagey movement here, the Dreadnought there. This interceptor unit jumped out from behind the castle and is retrieving Octarius data, and we did spend 2 CP in the command phase on this Storm Raven for Purity of the Machine Spirit. So he acts on his top profile.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's expensive. It's only a Storm Raven, not core. Just a bit of fun, guys. Show you what you can do. There's actually a really good Brotherhood for vehicles with, I think it's the strat that gives them +1 to wound. That actually probably
Sword
would have
bearers,
been,
yeah.
better to use in a way here, but I wanted to show other bits. So anyway, hopefully the Storm Raven will do something before it dies.
We'll see. But also, incidentally, because putting it onto the top profile did mean that you now had enough movement to get within melter range of my dreads.
Yes, exactly. So there is a purpose to it. Method to the madness.
As well as hitting on freeze.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, so that is the movement phase. Pretty quick one because we do still have quite a lot of stuff in reserve because we've got the Purifiers and the Strike team in reserve. We have a Psychic phase.
Yeah.
We'll see what you can muster. The Psychic phase will of course begin with the Grandmaster, and we're doing a Lawrence special, which is spending all of our CP in turn 1.
Well, I'm trying to show you as many cool little synergies as possible.
And this is very cool.
I'm probably not going to have any CP at the end of this, but you would have seen a lot. So the Grandmaster, I'm going to start the phase with Powerful Adept. Okay, so he gets 1 CP there. That increases the range, and because it lasts until the end of the phase,
it's nice.
He can only currently cast 1 power, guys. But I've got another stratagem where I'll be able to cast another power again, called Psychic Mental Focus.
Mental Focus.
Anyway, so I'm going to use 1 CP on Powerful Adept, and I'm also going to use 1 CP on Psychic Channeling. Now, what Psychic Channeling does is allows me to roll 3d6 and pick the highest 2.
Yes.
Discard the lowest results, which is very, very nice. Now, here's the thing. He's got Lawmaster. If he rolls an 8+ on his power, it cannot be denied. All right? That's just his Warlord trait. You can't deny it.
That's very cool.
So that's very cool. So now we've already got some synergy. Now I've given him 2 powers because he can, even though he can cast 1, he still knows 2.
Yes.
I've given him Empiric Amplification, and I've given him Vortex of Doom.
Okay.
Vortex of Doom is very cheeky. Now, because I'm over 12 inches away, normally wouldn't be in range, but my Powerful Adept has increased the range by 6 inches on all of my powers for the phase. So Vortex is now in range and Empiric Amplification is in range. I'm going to put Empiric Amplification, because it's a malediction, onto this Scarab Occult Terminator unit here.
Okay.
This is a new power for all Grey Knight fans. Its warp charge value is 7. Until the start of the next psychic phase, each time an attack with a Nemesis or Psi weapon, and I've got 2 Psi guns, is allocated to that unit, add 1 to the damage characteristic.
Which is nice.
Which is real nice, because obviously those are 3 wound Terminators.
Indeed.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Empiric Amplification. It goes off.
Can't do anything about it.
He cannot deny it, even though he's in deny range because of my Lawmaster Warlord trait.
Not allowed to do
about
anything.
Okay, now I'm going to send another CP, so I'm now down to 5, so that I can cast another power.
Yeah.
This is going to be Vortex of Doom, which is also changed. So
it's really good now.
A Kamehameha. Vortex of Doom, Flame of Odin, Death to the Demon! Oh yes, it goes off. It is also a perils.
Well, you pick the.
I think
it says you discard one, not discard the lowest.
Oh yes, a really good point. Well, this is a good. Roll one additional and discard one of the dice.
Yep. So get rid of one of those sixes.
It's not even a perils.
And I can't deny it, so it doesn't matter.
How cool is that?
But also, Vortex of Doom doesn't have like a super version of it now, so keeping like the 12 plus to cast is meaningless now.
It's true, but now this is where Vortex of Doom is really crazy cool. So it does 2d3 mortal wounds. Okay, if managed to select the closest enemy unit. The closest enemy unit is the Tzaangor.
It will still be the Tzaangor.
Now, it's 2d3 mortal wounds. Each other enemy unit within 3 inches of the selected unit. It's no longer model.
Yes.
He's got a lot of units within 3 of the Tzaangor because they're all fanned this way. They all take 1 mortal wound.
You're gonna have to make me mark up 5 different things now.
Yeah, because I think that's his prince, his Scarab Terminators, both the characters.
I've already measured it and I've already got my wound counters ready, guys. So it's on the Sorcerer here, the Exalted Sorcerer, the Rubrics there, the Scarab Occult's there, and the Prince.
And then 2d3 of these Tzaangor are going to be obliterated with this Kamehameha! It is 6.
Wow! The Librarian now. He does have warp shaping, but we are keeping the tides as they are.
Yeah.
He is instead going to cast, well, I say instead, he is, however, going to cast Gate of Infinity.
He is.
On this unit of interceptors here. And the reason why Lawrence didn't do his usual thing of I'm going to teleport all of my interceptors to 1 is because that's a stratagem now.
It is, yeah. As it should be, really. And you can only do it on a unit once.
But they could only teleport once per game anyway.
Yes, that's correct, actually.
Does go off.
Does go off. Yeah,
I'm not in denial range, so they are gated.
Yeah, I'll pick them up, move them. I'm not going to change the tide, so that's the Librarian done as well. Perfect.
A warp rift opens and outstride the interceptors into my rear lines. Never mind.
All decisions.
Yes.
So now I've got to, I'm not going to change the tide. I've got Sanctuary on the Captain. It's an 18-inch range. I could actually put it on the Storm Raven.
You could. Yes, you could. Because it just says
Grey Knights. It says Grey Knights
unit, not like, so some of it, so Gate of Infinity specifies a Grey Knight Psyker, which your vehicles aren't, apart from your Dreads and your Dread Knight.
Because I'm staying in the Tide of Shadows anyway. What's the AP on your Reaper cannons now?
3. Ooh. They're only damage 1 though. But obviously I've got las cannons, I've got swords on the, you know, like all of my, I say all of my...
Well, you've got a Demon Prince.
I've got my Demon Prince. That's what I'm literally looking at him going like, what are you called?
I'm going to put the 4-up invulnerable save on the Interceptor unit holding the objective. Okay, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
All right, so that's Sanctuary, 5, 6, 7, 8. That will be successful.
Again, not in denial range.
No, the characters aren't in denial range, I'm afraid. Armoured Resilience, you would be in denial range of this. It goes on the Dreadnought, has to go on yourself.
Yes, most of these powers have changed the Sanctic to go on themselves.
That is a failed cast anyway. You would have been able to deny it.
Oh, that, thank you. That's very kind of you.
Yeah. It would have given him 1 to his saving throws. He's already counting as being in cover with Tide of Shadow. Anyway.
It would have given him a 1-up save.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy cool. But look, that's it, everyone. Interesting little psychic phase. I don't think I'm in range to smite with the other units. I'm not going to cast Hammerhand on myself. Obviously, no smitey there. No smitey there. That is it. Well, I could do a smite here.
They can smite.
Now, hold on now, everyone. Let's just be realistic here. I will smite with that unit.
Mm-hmm. And they are equidistant from the Tzaangor and the Rubric squad.
And you've got one of these guys already wounded?
Yes, he is marked up.
Okay. Because I'm equidistant from the Tzaangor and the Rubric, as you've said, I'll choose to put this on the Rubric squad.
Sure.
Okay. It does go off, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I will attempt to deny that, and in the interest of showing off powers,
yes, please.
I'm going to deny that with my Demon Prince, and I'm going to spend a CP on Psychic Dominion. Nice. As long as I'm within 6 inches of at least one other Psyker, I deny on a 3d6. That's not 3d6 picking the highest, that's 3d6.
I really like that. Makes sense. So you're down to 10 CP now.
10 CP.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You actually failed to deny it.
So I'm going to spend a CP to re-roll it, because I don't really want to take mortal wounds here.
I can understand that, yeah.
But I would re-roll the entirety of the roll.
Yes, that's how it works.
I deny you.
Well done.
There we go.
Now, if you had not used your pact power,
I could have re-rolled one of those dice. Yeah. So
Interesting.
I wanted to use it just in case I rolled like a 1 on the damage roll.
Yeah.
But hey, you know.
Yeah. It's
always
good ways of manipulating with Thousand Suns. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very nice to see. Okay, well, look, that's my psychic phase done. Thanks for your patience, everyone. Tried to explain everything as best we could.
There's a lot going on in these books.
Yeah, it's very complicated, but you'll get the hang of it once you've seen it a few times. So, shooting next.
Okay, we will be back to see how the battle line withstands bullets rather than mind bullets. We will begin the shooting phase with Stormboltery Death.
Stormbolter Death. Yes. Into the Zangle.
Into Mazangle.
Trying to take Mr. Chef off the objective.
No, how dare.
It's just.
Well,
the way
they do have glamour on.
They do, yeah. So I'm only hitting you on 4s.
Yes.
So a little bit better than average.
About right.
About right.
4s to wound, they are toughness 4.
4s to wounds.
Oh, that's pretty good there.
4, 5, 6 wounds.
6 wounds, is it?
Yep.
Well, that's how many I lost to a smite. Well, a vortex.
Vortex
which
of doom.
admittedly, you'd expect to lose some to something called the Vortex
It's a
of
very
Doom.
cool power. It's good to synergize with that Warlord trait.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Deny.
Yeah,
It's like
really
pretty,
nice.
Pretty good.
It's only cast on a 7 now as well.
It's true.
It's a really good power.
Cheeky.
5 up invuns. I do save 2, it's about right. I lose 4 to the Stormbolters.
Okay, perfect.
It's stratagems out the wazoo here today. We're using the Steel Heart, which is basically a renamed version of
Fury of the First.
Fury of the First, but also it's called the Steel Heart,
The Steel Heart.
which sounds very cool. And we're doing some split fire. We've got the Stormbolters going into the Zangle, so that will offset their -1 to hit. And then we're firing the Psy Cannon into the unit of Scarab Occult Terminators. Remember that the Psy Cannon being a Psy weapon, as the name implies, will get that +1 damage from the Empiric Manipulation from the Grand Master. To that end, I have used Unwavering Phalanx to do a -1 damage for 1 CP, because I have 5 models in the unit, which is really nice.
Can respect that.
Yeah, you
I
should.
can respect it.
You should fear it as well.
Right, fear it, Stormbolters. Rerolling 1s because they're next to the Grand Master
Yes.
in Nemesis Dread Knight armor.
Okay, did make a bit of a difference there, that +1 to hit. Made quite a big difference,
Yeah,
actually,
it
yeah.
did.
Not bad.
Okay, cool. I'll take that. There is a strat to increase the aura range. So I could have done it on my captain.
Yeah,
It
start
would
of
have
any
given
phase.
+3 inches.
Yeah.
And then they would get reroll 1s to wound here as well.
Yeah, they would have been in range,
I actually mispositioned my captain because I just forgot that he gave the reroll 1s to wound.
Well, because it's a new thing for them, isn't it?
It's also been, I feel like it's been nearly a year since we play tested this.
It's been longer.
A long time. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good roll there, Lawrence.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wounds. That's a very nice
It's a very good roll. And a
I didn't
1-1
actually roll 1-1 anyway.
Yeah,
Anyway,
so
it would have been
that wouldn't have worked.
a waste of my CP.
Yeah, so 10 wounds,
10
is
wounds.
it? Here we go. 5 ups here. It's not bad.
Well, it's
Only
+6.
4 drop there.
+6.
Very nice.
Okay. But let's do the Psy Cannon as well.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that.
The Psy Cannon. It is 4 shots still. This is some serious rust.
Testing that
No,
brain.
it's 3 shots.
3 shots, okay. Well, you
Thank
didn't
goodness
move,
I
but
checked.
you have your +1.
Thank goodness I checked. I have my +1, so 2 hits.
Okay.
Strength is 7.
Okay, so freeze to wound here.
I failed to wound.
Unfortunate.
Okay, fair enough. Cool. Well, that's the Terminator unit finished. Let me have a think about what I'll do next.
All right. It is now time
Yes.
to unleash Psychic Onslaught.
Yep. 1 CP now. Can go on the Dread Knights. Thank goodness. Additional AP and additional strength. So basically I'm strength 6 heavy Gatling silencer, but -2 more importantly. Strength 9 on my heavy Psy Cannon, -3. Let's start with the Gatling silencer. We're firing because you're reducing the damage.
Yes.
Now with that strat, I'm going to fire everything at the Rubric Marine.
Into the rubrics, is it?
That's it.
I see. A change of tact.
Change our tact here. So 1's miss, but we're vehicles in 9th, so
Indeed.
we do not get a minus anymore. You have no glamour of Tzeentch.
There's nothing on here.
Glamorizing you, so that's all good. 3's to wound here.
Yeah, okay, not bad there.
So that is 3, 6, 7 wounds with the Gatling silencer.
Okay, so I've got to do these one at a time because this is the injured one first.
Yep.
So, -2.
-2 because of Psychons.
Okay, but it is damage 1, so
Damage 1.
3 up save. It's damage 1, so all is dust. But it's -2, so it's a 4 up save. Yay. Glad we worked all that out, everyone. Okay, so he's dead. I'm now going to take it on the 2 that are in cover.
Yep.
So this will give them effectively a 3 up save.
3 up saves. Yep.
So I will roll these 4 at a time just in case I get unlucky.
Yep.
Okay, so fine. So 1 is wounded and the remaining 2 to do. Loves it. So 1 in the terrain is on 1 wound.
And then the Psy Cannon.
Yes. So these are damage 2 here. Ooh, unfortunate. Not core anymore. Well, they weren't core, but no rerolls there.
It is 3 wounds
Strength
though.
8, though.
Strength 9.
Oh yeah, strength 9 now.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are -3 now.
Yes.
And they're damage 2, so I don't get all his dust. So it will basically be my 5-up in bun save. Because even with cover,
2,
a
3,
2-up
4,
save,
yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
5-up in bun saves, 3 of them, yes?
3 of them.
Okay, so I'll do the 1 on the 1 in cover and then the ones on some out of cover, I reckon.
Sure.
Okay, so
die.
2 are dead.
Cool. Okay.
Not
so, all right. You know,
You killed 3.
It could have been better. But having said that, I've made a little dent there. That's nice. We'll let you remove those. I think I've only got a couple of things left to fire.
Yeah, not much left.
Storm Raven, though.
Oh yeah, that's fun. We have a pitter-patter, and it is literally just a Psy Cannon into the Zangor, just because I've wanted to try to maintain the objective holding as much as possible.
Respect that.
Cause
The Psy Cannon.
it's only 3 shots.
3 hits. Oh, yeah, good point. It used to be 4, didn't it?
Yeah, but it was also rubbish.
2 hits.
2 hits, okay. It's about statistically the same.
Yeah, it's about to say. Strength 7, your toughness 4. So
4.
I can reroll 1s to wounds, though, because they're next to my captain.
The brother captain. A 5-up invulnerable save.
One
Fails.
Zangor is splatted.
It's not a splat.
Psychic cannon round.
Nah.
The warp erupts inside you, and you are dragged back whence you came.
But I'm not demonic.
You are, as far as I'm concerned. Okay. That's why I'm here.
The Venerable Dreadnought now. His multi-melter is just in range of
The Sorcerer, actually.
Sorcerer. Yeah, that's why he could deny you.
So could you kill the Sorcerer first?
No.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Both hits.
What do you think?
No.
2 hits there. It'd be nice. 2 wounds there, Chef.
2 5-up invulnerable saves.
2 wounds with the multi-melter.
Oh, stylish. Stylish.
Very nice. Okay, well then, this is simple. We've got a Storm Raven. Storm Raven's going to do all of its Hurricane Bolters at your Zangor.
Sure.
Try
and wipe them away.
There's 24 shots, if I remember correctly.
Yes, it will be, because you are in half range. We have checked this. 8. And the multi-melters and the plasma cannons, what are they going into?
The plasma cannons would get maximum shots if they go against your Rubric Marines here.
Yep, because they're D3 each.
So there is part of me which is very tempted to do that, because that's your only 10 above 5-person unit now, right?
Well, they're a 7-man unit, so they would get max, and then that's a 10-man unit over there, and that's a 5-man unit in the
Oh, this is a 10-man unit?
It is a 10-man unit as well. Yeah, I've got 2 10-man units and a 5-man.
Okay, I'm going to have to measure a couple of bits. Let me check that.
Sure. We have decided
Yes.
the plasma cannons are going to go into this unit of rubrics over here,
Yep.
because there's going to be 6 shots. Hurricane bolters, as established, into the Zangor, and all 4 multi-melter shots into this Hellbrute at the front, because we want to remove him.
It's true, and I am going to overcharge the plasma.
Of course. You'd be foolish not to.
It's what the Grey Knights will do. Right,
Yes.
Hurricane Bolters. Hurricane Bolters.
They are hitting on 4s,
We
though.
are indeed.
Good thing that you did use the +1, though.
Miss, I believe. Just knocked over.
Okay.
I'm just going to assume it was a miss. Okay, there we go.
4s again.
4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 saves.
9 is my blessed number.
The favoured number.
That is my blessed number.
The favoured number
That
of Tzeentch,
means
sir.
it is ordained.
9 wounds.
It will happen.
Sons of Magnus, you will die.
I will survive.
Okay.
5 ups.
I hope not.
They are 1, 2, 3,
Is it good?
4. There's 1 left.
Wow, that's an impressive roll. 5 saves.
Yeah, wow, that's pretty good there.
Okay, so 1
left. Okay, very well.
Hopefully he rolls a 1 for his morale.
Well, with only 1 left now, I probably will have to spend CP to auto pass, because I have a plan for them Zangors, but we'll see.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Then
I'll see how I feel.
You see how you feel?
See how I feel.
Okay, and then I've got the plasma cannon. 3. I'll do the multi.
6 shots.
I'll do the multi-melter first.
Oh, okay.
So 4 shots.
Yes.
Into that hell brute. Oh, okay. Okay, 1 wound though.
Does win. 5 up invulnerable save.
Have you used it all on your Zangors, I wonder, is the question.
No.
No, you haven't. And then
That's
the
cool. You get to see that. That's nice.
It is nice. Plasma.
Plasma. So you take a mortal wound.
I take 1 mortal wound, so I'm down to 4.
Good. Good.
2s. 3 wounds.
3 wounds, 3 5-up invulnerable saves
Yes.
onto my rubrics. Okay, 2, that's about right.
it
So
is.
2 more rubrics slain, although that is from the other squads. Okay, let's remove the casualties.
And then I've got my missiles.
Oh yeah,
Warpflame missile.
we forgot about those entirely. Where would they have gone?
They're damage 3. They would. Yeah, I'll probably put them into the Scarab Cult Terminators.
Yeah, I would.
Both hits.
Yes, strength 8.
Yes,
They're both wounded anyway. 5 up saves. One goes through, one is dead.
Okay.
I'm not going to bother using a reroll here because I want to use my CP on other cool stuff. 1 of the Terminators is dead, 2 of the Rubrics, and 4 of the Goat Boys.
Yes.
Is that your shooting phase done?
I believe so. I'll double check a couple of extra bits, but I don't think the character's in range. Yeah, that's pretty much my shooting done.
Okay, look, pretty successful. We do have a charge phase. We'll be back momentarily. The Interceptors are making the only charge of this phase.
Yep.
Into the Rubric guy.
Yes, because that is still a 9-inch charge.
It is.
And it will be really, really cool to show you what the new Grey Knights do in combat.
It's painful.
4 swords! It's an 8.
Not today.
I will use a CP on it.
Sure. Every time with you, you're a nightmare. In they have slammed. No heroic interventions because I'm not stupid, and no parlins into said characters because Lawrence isn't stupid. We're all intelligent people here, everyone. Apparently. Not really.
Even when I play well, it's an accident.
We have 16 attacks now, 3 attacks based on the profile.
Justicar with 4, Nemesis 4 sword plus 1 strength, -3, damage 2.
Yeah, very nice.
Really nice.
And that's a very good roll.
Ooh.
That's a very good roll. Can you just check something for me with Unwavering Phalanx, whether I can do it in the fight phase? Yeah.
Okay. In your shooting phase.
It is the shooting phase. Cool. No, that's fine. I figured that's what it was.
Use your strategy in your shooting phase.
No, that's fine. That's fine. As long as I know. As long as I know.
That would be cool.
That would be really good, but
it would be 3 CP, but
I would have done it.
Be worth it.
I would have done it. Yeah.
All right. So to wound you, 3s.
Okay, we balanced out a bit there.
3, 6, 7, 8 wounds. Each failed save is a killed rubric marine.
Yes. Hey guys, wouldn't it be nice if Chaos Marines and Grey Knights and Thousand Suns and all that had 2 wins? Oh, well, everything's damaged 2 nowadays. It doesn't really matter. 8 saves, you say?
8 saves.
Okay, here we go. 5 ups. 1, 2, 3.
More of an average roll that
1,
time.
2, 3, 4, 5. There is 1 left alive, which is fine because of their new rule, which allows Rubrics and Scarab Cults to auto-pass morale.
It's very nice.
Lovely.
All right, well, if you remove those models, then I will
will.
do my consolidate.
The consolidation has happened. We have just maintained inch away from all of the characters to avoid getting slapped by their sticks and, you know, the massive death scythe.
Slapped by their magic wands.
Yes, don't want that. You are about to get hit by the Aspiring Sorcerers for Stave. Here we go. I hit you once, but I can reroll because I'm core. I hit you twice. Strength 7. I wound you twice at -1.
-1, you say.
-1,
Flame of Odin.
Okay.
I parry one of them.
It is
Demon.
is D3 damage.
Oh, go for it.
Stupid force weapon.
Yeah. Feels better at damage 2, doesn't it?
Yeah, I kind of, you know what? I kind of get it that the Nemesis force weapons are flat damage too, because there's so much psychic energy like channeling between them that it makes it reliable.
Yes.
And the whole point of the Grey Knights is they're like all about focus and patience.
Yeah.
Whereas your Tzeentch sorcerers and your other sorcerers, the warp is fickle.
You're chaos.
Yeah,
You
it's
don't
chaotic
have
magic.
patience. You should all be put down, decimated. You should be made extinct. Chaos has no place in the universe. Only the purity of the Emperor's voice.
Okay, you done?
Yes.
All right. Slight addendum to the consolidate because we want to make sure that we get engaged. Because, yeah.
It's true.
What are you doing?
I'm checking that everything's working.
It's very, like, there's very complex processes here. Yeah. It's very, very frustrating when it doesn't work. So that is that. Morale phase, there is no morale to make because Rubrics auto pass, and I'm going to spend 2 CP for Insane Bravery here because I want this goat boy to be alive. So basically, so that I can shot put him across the battlefield using the Umbralific Crystal, so I can do actions elsewhere.
Yeah, sure.
Basically.
You've got Retrieve as well, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've mentioned this I didn't end up tracking him.
Yeah, because we want the engage. We want the engage.
Want to engage.
But you're still fine in terms of no consolidation to units there. So that is that. It is the end of the phase and the end of the turn. We picked up the points for the engage as just discussed. We've managed to complete the action over there with that unit of interceptors. We're in a position to hold the objectives. And what was your other secondary?
I took engage, retrieve, and assassinate.
Assassination. Yeah. Right. Okay. So yes.
Yes. If your characters
get
a little bit big for their boots.
Well, I mean,
I'm going to start.
I kind of
start
need
hammering.
to think of something to do with them. So we'll be back in turn 2 for the Thousand Suns. I will pick up some primary, and ideally, I pick up a bunch of secondaries. But we'll have to see what happens.
It's turn 2 and the Thousand Suns are on the move. Moving through the craters, the ominously silent Rubricae, supported by the Demon Prince. Aloft on his wings, leaping across the craters there and landing just before the tree line. Sorcerers are moving with him. What's it called? Thyrdderghyre?
Thyrdderghyre, or Freddy the Disc. Freddy the Great.
Freddy the Disc has moved over there.
I love the fact that it's a relic disc.
Yes.
It's and it's like, oh yeah, this disc is like the greatest of Tzeentch's discs of demons, and he flies around looking for a worthy person to go, do you want to jump on my back? We'll go and have some fun.
Okay.
So weird.
This sorcerer has remained in combat.
Yep.
The Hellbrute did a little shuffle through the crater line there, whilst the other Hellbrute has moved fully to within 3 of that objective.
Yep.
Supported by the Scarab Occult Terminators. I believe also the Rubricae in the woods didn't move at all.
They've not moved. The Scarab Occults are within 3 inches of the objective, and they are OBSEC, which is real nice.
This is very nice.
Yes,
this unit started to move this way. They're not within 3 of that objective.
No.
You have noticed that actually your Dark Matter Crystal, I thought it was called something else now.
Umbralific Crystal.
Umbralific Crystal needed to be done in the command phase.
Yeah, command phase.
In range. Doesn't really matter too much. You've moved.
This guy here.
Okay, gotcha. But you have now started retrieve Octarius data.
Over there, yeah. So he's still worth the 4 points, but I kind of wanted to get him over there so that I could kind of get one of your areas out of the way. Yeah. However, I have the teleport shenanigans sort of in the bank, as it were, so I can deal with it later. It's not a massive issue.
Okay then. So look, that's the movement. Needs a big turn here, I think.
Yes, I do.
So I did do a fair amount of damage, a moderate amount of damage. It's now time for you to damage me back.
That's the plan.
Would you like, Mr. Chef? It's your psychic phase. May the warp be with you. We begin with the Demon Prince, the Prince of Demons. Yes. This is it. What is the first power you're casting?
Desecration of Worlds. This is really cool. Forgot to mention that a Glimpse of Eternity from the Infernal Master did go off again, so I do have a reroll.
Lovely. Okay. Desecration of Worlds is going on the Interceptors.
It is, because it is a 24-inch range.
Lovely. So basically, if I move any sort of movement on a 6, I take a mortal wound for each model in the unit.
Doesn't go off again. Okay. Well,
fair enough.
This is very disappointing.
Well, the world is there, but it's not been desecrated.
We're now going to smite you. Okay, we're equidistant, and I'm going to smite.
Are you smiting the Interceptors, sir?
Yes.
Okay. A smite on the Interceptors,
goes
5, 6, 7.
Off on a 7 plus 1 for 8.
Okay. It's just a regular smite.
It's a regular smite.
Yeah, I'll take that in this instance.
Okay.
I will take that in this instance, Mr. Chef.
Do I want to do Malefic Scroll?
What is that? Sorry.
So Malefic Scroll, use this strategy in your psychic phase when a Thousand Suns Psychic unit from your army, except Magnus, manifests the Smite Psychic power. That manifestation inflicts flat 3 instead of D3. But I would declare that after you attempted to deny. Because it's not manifested if you deny it.
Right, okay, in which case, so if you've got that sort of a stratagem, then I will attempt to deny it, because this is your first, because you still have the +1 to cast.
Oh yeah, I've still got the +1, but it's all full smites.
I'm going to attempt to deny this.
Sure.
Because I also get +1.
So that makes it 7 to my 8. Correct. So I will use Malefic Scroll for 1 CP. Lovely. So it's a flat 3 mortal wounds on that unit there.
So that kills 2 Interceptors because 1 was on.
Doesn't. You've got a 5-up shrug against mortal wounds.
Of course, yes, the Aegis. Let's not forget about the Aegis, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, the Aegis.
Okay, it does kill 1.
It does kill 1. Okay.
But does save another 1 from dying, which is could be pretty useful.
Okay.
Okay. We will then go over to the guy that's in combat with you. Yep. He's going to do Gaze of Fate. Gaze of Fate. So this is cast on a 5. Okay, I should have done a smite, because it would have been a super smite.
Yes, it would,
But
yeah.
never mind. So that goes off on a 12. You can deny it if you roll a double 6.
Well, the only other unit that I would have... Oh, is it this?
This is this particular sorcerer
Yeah,
here.
I think I probably have my Dread Knight in range, but I'm not going to try and deny that. There is no point.
He's just out anyway, by the way.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh no, he is just in, but I mean, you need a double 6.
Yeah, I'm not going to deny.
3d6 for each 4+, you take a mortal wound.
Okay.
It is 2.
Okay. So on 5s and 6s, the Aegis. I
Doesn't
saved
have
one,
one.
but it will kill another.
It will.
Because one was down to 1 wound.
Very good.
Nice. Okay. We now go on to Thyrdderghyre's disc.
Freddy the Disc.
Freddy the disc.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 powers he can cast.
Yes, because he's Rehati, so it's a paid upgrade. It allows him to manifest an additional power, which is pretty cool. So we're going to start off with a cheeky little smite.
Smite on them.
Okay, so that's a 9. So now I'm going to spend 9 of my dice here for the Wrath of the Immaterium. Use it after taking a psychic test, add 2. So that will make that
An 11.
an 11.
Now, what are the other 2 powers that he has?
Oh wait, what did I roll there? I rolled a 5 and a 4, didn't I?
Yes.
So I get another +1 to it. So that makes it a 12.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you rolled a 9?
So because I rolled a 9, I get a built-in +1,
Yes.
and then I added another 2.
Oh, I see.
That makes it a 12.
Yes. Oh, I understand.
But it's not a perils because I'm adding it. I'm not making it a double
Okay,
6.
fine. Well, I'm not going to bother attempting to deny
So it's
that.
D6 mortal wounds here.
There is no point.
D6 mortal wounds.
6, it is 4.
It's 4. It's a
We'll kill
respectable
2.
number. Well, you've got your Aegis.
Oh, yes, good point.
None of them are wounded.
Keep forgetting this. Right, so let's deny all of these to create an upset.
Oh, very nice.
It is nice. Okay, so one is wounded once.
Okay, cool. We're now going to cast a Doombolt.
Doombolt.
A Doombolt.
Okay. That's a perils.
Okay, so I'm going to spend a CP reroll here.
Okay.
To reroll both.
Yes.
It does go off on a 7 because it's only a warp charge 6 now. And remember, I get +1.
Oh, yes, that wasn't a smite, sorry.
No, this isn't a
Doombolt.
smite. No.
And that's
Yeah,
a
you
flat
can't-
damage 3.
It's flat 3.
Okay, I will attempt to deny that with my Grandmaster.
Yes,
because
he's
we
just
have
in
measured
range.
that he is in range. 5 + 1, 6.
Not quite. It's 7.
I might use a CP on that.
Sure, yeah.
Because that would kill 2 of those interceptors.
After the Aegis.
And we do have the Aegis, that's true. Let me have a think.
Sure.
I've had a lot of thought about this. I'm actually going to allow it. I'm going to keep the CP. I've got other things which I would potentially want to deny more. Plus, I do have the Aegis, so I'm just going to save all of these with the Aegis. So you saved 2 of them.
The one that failed was, of course, mine.
Yes, it was. It will kill a Marine.
Okay, so there's 2 left. So now it is time for Tzeentch's Firestorm.
Yes.
Tzeentch's Firestorm. It goes off. Now, with a +1, that makes it a 10. Because Tzeentch's Firestorm was cast on an unmodified roll of a 9, it pops off on 5s now. So I roll 9 dice, and each 5+ will do a mortal wound.
Okay, that's very cool. Now, this Dread Knight Grandmaster is in range to deny.
Yes.
I could attempt to deny that. Oh no, I've just done the deny with him. Ignore that.
Yes, you have.
Failed it.
Yeah.
So go for it.
Okay, so I roll 9 dice.
Yes.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm leaving those there to remind me of smites. 5
7,
ups.
8, 9.
Okay, not bad.
4, okay.
4 mortal wounds there.
Okay. 5s and 6s. The Aegis.
Ah, there you go.
Okay. So 1 is dead.
1 is dead.
But the Justicar is still alive.
1 wound remaining. Curse him!
Very nice.
Curse him.
We now come to the Infernal Master, just behind the disc, Sorcerer there. Going to also be casting a Smite on the Justicar. Or do we have a change of thought here?
No, we will do a smite from the Inferno Master. Forgive me. Sorry, everyone.
Okay.
There's a lot going on, and without having the access to the cards and trying to remember who has what is absolute nightmare.
It's a lot of
smite does go off with a
fails.
+1. Remember, so it does go off on a 7, and I do need a 7 to cast.
Got it. Okay, fine.
No denies.
No denies.
3d6. That would be
D3.
That would be pretty crazy. It's only the 1.
5 or a 6.
Okay, so hang on.
Oh, sorry.
Because you have that 5-up shrug, and I need to kill him because that will net me 3 victory points for Sorcerous Prowess.
Yes.
And I don't really have a huge amount else to cast into him now. So there is a.
Well, let's come back after you've looked for it.
Oh, I've got it. Imbued Manifestation. Use, Malevolent Charge. Use it when it is successfully manifested by a unit from an army. If the psychic power inflicts mortal wounds on an enemy unit, after inflicting the mortal wounds, select one of those units and do an additional D3. So basically, I don't need to.
Okay.
Fine.
Unless I use the CP.
Which you can't because that's not a save.
Oh, because it's not a save.
Yes.
Good point. Okay, so the Justicar is slain.
We got
that
there.
Will net you 3
Sorry,
victory
everyone.
points. Okay, what next?
So we've got. So now let me have a think.
Okay.
Let me have a think.
We now have the Bird Mask Sorcerer here, casting some powers.
Yes, so I've spent 4 Cabal points on Echoes from the Warp.
Okay.
So this gives him the psychic action to gain a command point on Warp Charge free. But because he is a loyal Thrall, he can cast a power and a psychic action.
Right.
And because he is a Seeker After Shadows, he gets to roll 3d6, picking the highest for his psychic action.
Okay.
Which is nice. So I'm going to start with that.
Sure.
Okay, so it is cast with a 6 and then a +1 for a 7 for a... That will give me a command point.
Okay, so you're now back to 6. Okay.
Yep. Okay, very good. And then he's going to cast Weaver of Fates upon this unit of Terminators here.
What does that do, sorry?
So that is the +1 to their inbundancy. Or it gives them a 4-up inbun, rather.
Okay.
That is cast with a +1 on an 8. 9 even, sorry.
I do have a Terminator unit in range of that, so I will attempt to deny.
Sure.
6, 7, 8, +1, 9.
Not quite, unfortunately, didn't beat it.
Fair enough.
Okay, very good. We're then going to go over to this Terminator here. He's going to cast a Smite because he doesn't have anything else to do, so why not? With a +1, that makes it a 6, but I'm looking for
at this point,
it's an 8, yes. So that's now looking for a 9. Fine.
Okay. So that flank is done. Because the Hellbrute doesnn't get
characters are done.
Okay, what next? Do you know?
We're going to go over to this Sorcerer here. He's going to cast Presage.
So +1 to hit.
And we're going to cast that upon the... actually, we're going to cast it on the Hellbrute.
Casting it on the Hellbrute.
On the Hellbrute. With a +1, that makes it an 8.
Okay.
It does go off.
I don't believe I have anyone in range of that. So no denies.
Okay, so he's +1 to hit.
Okay.
Then we're going to go over to this Terminator here.
Yep.
He is going to cast the Cult of Duplicity one to teleport a unit. I can't remember what it's called.
Yep. That would be a fail.
That would be a fail.
You've already used the CP reroll.
I have, however.
Don't you need a 7 to cast that?
I think it's cast on a 6, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Cult of Duplicity, Sorcerous Facade. Oh, it's cast on an 8 now. I think it used to be cast on a 6.
Right.
Okay. In which case, I'm going to use my Glimpse of the Future ability that I got from my Inferno Master to reroll that 1.
Okay.
Okay, so that makes it a 6.
Still not good enough.
Not good enough. No teleportation shenanigans for me. Okay. Very well. In which case, that unit, there's no point in them doing their Pyric Flux, which would give them +1 strength.
Cool, because you're going to try and teleport your Flamer unit, which are in the ruins there.
But there was no point in trying the Flame ability first until I've teleported them.
Exactly, you're right.
So, so instead, they're just going to cast a Smite.
Okay.
With a +1, that's a Super Smite.
Okay, I am in denial range though.
Yes.
So I may as well at this point. Let's see if I can deny 1 power, and I do!
Oh, yes!
Oh!
Very nice. Very nice indeed.
I like to think that was from the Venerable Dreadnought.
Well, I mean, it's not. It's from these guys.
I know, but I like to think...
It's very cool. He just goes, extends the will out.
That your psychic phase?
That is the end of the psychic phase. I don't believe... There is a way to cast, like, an additional power, but there's nothing to cast an additional power realistically with. So I've got 5 Kabbalistic dice left. And there is 1 which allows me to cast it on the minimum, but that's on a 7. So what I was potentially going to look at doing was to go to use it on one of these units here, cast the Smite, which will be on a 10 minimum, but then because of my +1, makes it an 11 for a Super Smite, but I don't have enough Cabal points to do it. So I can't do it. There's nothing else I can do. That is my Psychic phase done. Okay, so meaty Psychic phase again from the Thousand Suns. We've seen some of the destructive potential curbed a little bit by, of course, things like the Aegis, but he did, of course, wipe out the Interceptors. The extra wounds there on the Interceptors already showing how resilient the Grey Knights can be just with that extra wound. But surprisingly, the Storm Raven is still alive. Yeah, that's fine. And we will have a shooting phase next. Let's see what Mr. Chef chooses to target. We open up with some Warp Bolters, specifically one from within the woods into the Storm Raven. Here we go. I didn't move. Didn't move. I'm -1 to hit because I'm hard to hit. Reroll 1 for the Keeper Secrets. Cool. Move it. The toughness is 7 for a Storm Raven, I believe. There's 1 win there. -2. -2. Lovely. 1 damage.
3 wounds left.
We're then going to go over to this Hellbrute here. We're going to fire a laser cannon, twin laser variety.
To my venerable dread.
Your lucky venerable. He is presaged. Made no difference. Very well. 2 wounds there.
Okay.
-3. Oh, lovely.
6.
Very nice.
Oh, the venerable dreadnought tanks it like a boss. Next up, the phalanx of Rubricae. We did forget to mention that 1 CP has been spent, so Chef's actually down to 5 CP now. On slow and purposeful. Very cool stratagem for a big phalanx of Rubricae. Basically means that they count as stationary, which of course with your Warpfire bolters, I mean you can rapid fire at 24 inches.
Yes.
So we're getting a bit of split fire here. 1 the Soul Reaper cannon into the Storm Raven, and the remaining 5, if I remember correctly, into the Interceptors.
5 are in range of the Interceptors.
Lovely. Okay, good luck.
So let's start with the 5 on the Interceptors, so 10 shots here. We are heading on force because of your... oh no, that gives you light cover, doesn't it?
It gives me light cover. If I was in cover already, because I still am in the Tide of Shadows, it would be -1.
Okay, gotcha. So I am hitting on freeze, but you do have a 2-up save.
That's right.
So looking for 4s. Oh, it's a good roll there.
Nice.
5 at -2 there.
3, 4, 5. At -2. Now I do count as having 2-up saves.
Yes.
So I do save 4 of them.
Wow, very nice.
So 1 wound down.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
We then got 1 and the Soul Reaper cannon into the Storm Raven. We'll start with the bolt gun. Some tracer fire. 1 hit because of your flying. No wounds.
Failed to wound.
The Soul Reaper cannon. Now 5 shots.
Will this be the Storm Raven that basically gets heavily damaged and then for some reason never dies?
Doesn't die. Reroll those 1s there. Okay, well, I hit you twice.
Yes.
No wounds.
Is
Okay.
the strength still 5?
Strength is 6 now.
Well, that's better than it was.
It is, but it's not an... I mean, I've rolled 2 2s. Right, okay. We've then got a single bolt pistol from this guy because he didn't fall back, so he's now eligible to fire it. Why not?
No, miss.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a lot of small arms fire.
Well, we've got... okay, let me have a think now.
Okay. We move to the Scarab Occult Terminators within the crater here. We're putting the Hellfire rack into the Storm Raven, and the bolters are all, including the Soul Reaper cannon, into the Interceptors.
Yes.
On set objective.
2, 3. So we'll start with the bolters. Okay. I mean, it's a pretty good roll.
Nice roll.
And the Demon Prince doesn't quite make it a full house. Not
That
quite.
was a very nice roll.
Not quite there.
Looking for 4s.
Looking for 4s. Okay, that balances out about right, actually. 5 wounds at -2 there, so 4 ups.
I have 4 in my hands, and I have... Oh, it's a full house.
The Soul Reaper cannon.
Shadows really makes a big difference there.
Well, you did get Sanctuary off on that unit anyway.
It's true, I had to, I've
which
buffed
will,
them up.
Which will make a difference here, because this is AP3 on the Soul Reaper cannon.
Yes, good point.
It is 4 wounds, so 4 up saves here.
4 up saves.
You owe me 4 wounds.
The Soul Reaper cannon, there we go.
2. Damage 1.
Okay, so it kills 1 and 1 is on 1 wounds. Do you want to just do your
Hellfire missile
real quick? Double 1. Okay.
Reroll that for the Prince. Both hits.
Does get a double hit as a result.
Toughness 7?
Yes, I believe so. Well, on 1s and 2s it will definitely fail. Oh dear.
Okay. Well.
Oh dear. We still have a Hellbrute up our sleeve, however. This Hellbrute looks to the skies. This Storm Raven must be decimated.
Yes.
Tzeentch commands it.
He is a fickle god, but fine. Or do I go into the Dreadnought? Dreadnought has a 4-up in bum?
So the Dreadnought has a 4+ invulnerable. Rather than play a gotcha moment here.
You do have the ability to give him a 3-up, but I do that, you declare that when I'm targeting you, right? Or is it when you need to make a save?
That I'm not sure.
Let's have a look at it,
but there's actually something more powerful than that, which I've got, which is the ability to redeploy him.
Oh, yes.
So this is a bit more of a competitive choice, guys, because you could put it on a really powerful alpha unit like this.
Yeah, that's his relic, isn't it?
Yeah, and then when they target you, I forget what it's called. It's got
the Sigil of Exigence. So when you are targeted, you remove the bearer from the battlefield, set it up more than 9 inches away. Yep. If the bearer is no longer eligible, you can select a new eligible target for any attacks. Yada yada.
So I'm going to warn you now. So let's just talk through this. It would be very rather than do it, because it would be a game ruiner. But I'll show you how people could use this. You could go, right, I'm going to target him. I go, cool. I pick him up, because this is LOS blocking. and I whack him right here.
Yeah, and then you
I'll tell
move.
why this is nasty. These have all fired. I know he cannot be targeted then. Then in my next turn, I move round here, charge your characters, your Hellbrute, and
that's game over.
And
yeah.
that's game over.
Yeah.
So we're not going to do that, but just to show you how powerful
if I'd have, yeah, I mean, realistically, even if I'd have known that, and sort of decided, I'll try and bait that out first. I don't really have the firepower to deal with that. It was just kind of, I'll get a couple of cheeky
you're oddly better off not shooting it.
Yeah, look, it's a really cool relic. I like it.
It's a very good one spot on the Dreadnought.
Yeah, on the Dreadnought.
That's my little pro tip.
Yeah,
currently.
no, that's nice. So instead, las cannons.
Yeah, into the Raven. 1 hit, 1 miss.
I am just within range of an Exalted Sorcerer.
Go for it, sir.
It is 2
hits. I like it.
Freeze to wound.
Not a wound.
Oh, we get 1 wound. Okay, fine. I'm gonna leave it.
Okay.
You get a 6-up save here.
I do fail that save, Chef.
Okay.
Okay, so
D6 damage.
That's the good news. So just roll a 3 or more.
Yay!
Okay, do I blow up?
Oh God. No.
No, okay, I implode. So the Storm Raven is destroyed.
It's always really scary shooting at a Storm Raven because they're always in your lines.
I know,
If you don't kill it turn 1, it's always in your lines. It goes, I've got D6 explosion. Okay, cool. Well, that's him dealt with. So now we've got these guys here. They're going to fire everything into your Terminators.
Okay.
Let me ponder if I want to do any strategy.
Okay, cool. We now have the final bit of shooting this turn. Scarab Occult Terminators are targeting the units in the forest. They're not only a -1 to hit, but with Tide of Shadow still active, we have effectively a 1+ save. Okay, let's do it.
Let's start with the bolt guns. So I was debating using Veterans of the Long War, or Wrath of the Wronged as it's now called, but it is 2 CP, and because you have effectively a 3-up save against my bolt guns and the -1 to hit, and I've not got rerolls nearby, not really worth it.
All right.
Oh, wow. I mean, rerolls wouldn't have helped me much there with 8 twos or 6 twos, however many it was. I only got the 1 free. Yeah. Forced wound. That's pretty good though.
Yeah, that's not bad.
5, it'll be effectively saves a 3-up because of your light cover.
And 1 more, forgive me. Okay, so I do take 2 wounds.
All right, very good.
Those Terminators.
The Soul Reaper Cannon.
Soul Reaper.
Shame I didn't have rerolls there. Strength 6, 2 wounds at -3 here, so these will be 4-ups.
Okay, cool. So you do kill a Terminator, and 1 is on 2 wounds.
And now the Hellfire Missile Rex. I hit you once. Okay. Strength 8. It is a wound. It's marked for death there, Lawrence.
Okay, then I shall mark it for life or not.
It's D3 damage.
D3 damage.
1's on 2, you said.
1's on 2. I've got 2 CP. Let me just calculate what stratagems, because I want to show. I don't want to keep using rerolls.
Yeah.
Because that's boring. I want to show the guys some other fun tricks. So let me just calculate that next turn. Yeah. No. In order to keep using the cool strats, I can't afford the reroll, so I won't. So your damage, sir.
Your mistake has been made. He's dead.
Second Terminator.
Exploded.
Okay, so 2 Terminators are dead. It's still not enough to force a morale issue. It's a shame, but we will take it. We are going to be doing lots of shooting and lots of psychic next turn.
Yes. That is my turn.
And that is your turn.
That is my turn, yes.
So points-wise, you did get 3 points there for the psychic. You got 10 points for your primary.
Yep.
I'm about to pick up 10 points for my primary.
Yeah, I mean...
Not holding more.
Killing them... you are holding more because I'm an idiot.
Oh, yes,
I'm an idiot. Okay, great.
Well, that's all right. Wouldn't you just...
Well, no, because he was in combat.
Oh, he was in combat.
He didn't want to fall back so that I could cast Light Powers, so that's an awful mistake
been able to keep anything back?
No, not really.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because we can just move it back.
No, because stuff was sort of there anyway.
I know they wouldn't have been in range then.
No, it's a terrible mistake, but it's one that I've got to wear, so that's fine.
Okay.
So you do get the 15 on primary. That's really stupid, guys. That's really stupid.
Is there anything that we can do to?
No, there's not.
There's nothing that you would have moved differently.
There's no.
So the problem is the shots would have been quite different, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
Couldn't
exactly.
This Scarab Occult Terminator, this Rubricai unit have just snuck a model within 3?
No, because of coherency and because of protecting my characters, because you've got assassination
with the -2
and the crater. So it wouldn't have happened. I would have been giving up way too much.
Hellbrute?
No, because he was here in the crater. He's only got a 6-inch move. It's tough. Right. It's a stupid mistake, but it's one that I've got to wear.
Okay.
So you are going to get 15 on the primary,
yes,
but I did pick up 3 points for the Psychic Prowess, Sorcerous Prowess. I did get the 4 points for the Retrieve Octarius data. Yep. I didn't get Stranglehold this turn. It was going to be a very tricky one to get that this turn.
You needed to hold 3 and more.
I needed to hold 3 and more,
yeah.
which, ignoring the mistake aside, was going to be very difficult.
Sure.
Could have done with killing a few more of them, but it's okay.
Okay then. All right. Well, look. I think the biggest issue we've got now is that I have 2 strike squads and the purifiers coming down.
Yes.
I'm about to gain this CP, putting me back on 3. I probably will spend all of my CP this turn to do lots of cool stuff. But let's see how the Thousand Suns can take the assault, the psychic assault, which is about to happen. We'll find out.
Turn 2 movement for the Grey Knights is underway. We have marched forward with the Grand Master. We have backing him up a unit of strike squad arriving from reinforcements. Over here, Terminators consolidating and fortifying this position and also doing Octarius data over here. Same over here, again, just consolidating position, holding the objective. Same with the Dreadnought, just shuffling forward. The Interceptors just moving around to ensure that they can get in range and line of sight with the majority of their units. And over here, the Purifiers have arrived, emerging from Warpfire themselves. And supporting them, another unit of Strike Marine.
Yes.
This could hurt, or it might not. We'll have to see.
So I get engaged from Axe currently.
Currently.
Which is nice.
Unless you charge me and die.
Unless I charge you until I die, it's true.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, okay. So I've got 3 CP. I'm about to spend the last of those.
Yes.
To show you cool stuff again. So it's weirdly though I'll be using the same stratagems, but they're so cool that it makes sense.
They're very good stratagems.
Because it works really well on the Purifiers to extend their normally 9-inch power to by 6 inches, which means that they can get it off.
Goes on a 15. Big time.
So we like that. But yeah, Psychic Phase coming up next. If I have a big one, could really open up your force for some nasty shooty and charges, but we shall see.
All right, let's find out. We will start with the Interceptors, casting a Smite into my Scarab Occult Terminators. They are equidistant to the Hellbrute as well, but the Scarab Occult are the designated targets.
They are. Let's see if we can open with a Super Smite. That would be nice. No, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well, I will attempt.
Respectable number.
I will attempt to deny you with my plethora of denies from the Scarab Occult Terminators themselves. Before then, it will be cool, and it's a psychic duel, you see.
Yes, a duel of fate.
Cast on a 7, you say?
Cast on a 7.
Denied, sir.
Lovely. I'm just going to move over to the Dreadnought, who will also cast a Smite. Just need to work out. Actually, I'll do this Strike Squad first. They'll do a Smite into those Scarab Occult Terminators.
Sure, why not?
5, that fails to go off.
It does.
The second Smite. Okay, fair enough. Then in which case, I will go over to the Venerable Dreadnought, who will also do a Smite on that Scarab Occult Terminator unit. 4, 5, 6 fails to go off because I would have needed a 7 at that point. Okay, cool. So those are the Smites. Let me have a think about what I do next.
Sure. It is time to purify.
Yes. So I'm spending a CP to increase the range of their power by 6 inches so that they now will be in range. Just to show you for coolsies, they do a Kamehameha into the Scarab Occult Terminators. 4, 5, 6, it goes off, but it's not gone off very well.
I will attempt to deny, and we'll do it with this lone sorcerer here.
Okay.
Why not? Denies you, sir.
Fair enough.
Unfortunate, because that was cool.
So it would have been called Stave.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm going to spend the other 2 CP on the Dread Knight.
Yep.
He is going to open with Vortex of Doom.
Yep.
The Vortex of Doom, obviously, on your Scarab Occult Terminators.
With a 3d6, I take it?
With a 3d6.
Doesn't matter, I can't deny it.
You can't deny it anyway,
Sure.
because of my.
Cool.
That's one thing which is cool. So you lose
2d3 mortal wounds.
2d3 mortal wounds on the Scarab Occult Terminators.
And then 1 each on everyone else around within 3.
2d3. It is 4 mortal wounds.
4 mortal wounds.
And then both this character.
Yep.
I'm not sure if he's in
He
3 or
might
not.
be in range.
Let's check that, but certainly your Hellbrute is.
Okay, well let's measure it up. We'll be back in just a sec. Thought long and hard about it here.
I'm not sure it's worth actually spending that CP to put the extra damage on, just because of the nature of the fact that you can just reduce the damage anyway. I'm actually going to put the extra damage on the Hellbrute.
Okay, so we are casting it. We have spent the last of the CP in order to cast this second power. Remember, you do have the extra d6.
Of course, keep forgetting my own rules. Remarkably, I managed to failed to cast it anyway.
Yeah. You don't add them, it is pick the highest.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so yes, it was a waste. Okay, next I'm going to cast Change the Warp.
Yes, I'm not in denial range of this.
No, I'm not. Okay. Then I'm going to cast Sanctuary from the Captain.
Yep.
Onto the Interceptors again.
Okay. Yes,
That does go off.
Okay, they are sanctuary.
Okay, so I'm still in the Tide of Shadows. That's a blow. None of my combat stuff's gone off. None of my smites have gone off. Purifying Flame sadly didn't go off, so it's a big whiff.
It is a whiff, yeah.
But
you are very good in the combat,
I'm going
which
to
if you
shoot
make
you.
a bunch of stuff and soften me with the shooting,
Yes.
can still hurt. You do still have a power to cast with that strike squad over there.
they're going to attempt Hammer Hand.
Hammer hand.
That would go off.
Okay, I have a plethora of deniers. I will deny you with Prince Philip. He says you can have it.
Yep.
Okay.
So they've got Hammer Hand. Okay, that could be significant.
Okay.
All right. That is my psychic phase.
All right.
Let's do some shooting and then see what's left.
Let's kick the shooting phase off with the strike team emerging from the warp. And we are going to fire 3 of the Stormbolters, 2 of which are in rapid fire, into the Goat Boys, or the Goat Boy rather. He is sad and lonely Goat Boy.
He is.
And the other 2 rapid fire into the Scarabacle Dominators.
So this is into the chicken. Could re-roll once, didn't roll any. And into wound you, sir. Remarkably, only 2 wounds.
He's alive. He's a very charmed chicken Goat Boy.
Okay, 7, 8. Then we got 8 shots into the Scarabacle Terminators. 2 wounds.
2 wounds there.
Okay,
Loves it.
they're fine. Right, this Dread Knight's Grandmaster will now put the 6 Psy Cannon rounds into these Rubric Marines.
The rubrics?
Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ooh, over here. The Psy Cannon into them.
The heavy Psy Cannon into them.
It cost me 3 CP to do Unwavering Phalanx on them. And this Gatling's...
You're currently on 5 CP.
Currently on 5 CP. Oh, no. I'm going to leave it.
Okay. And then I'm going to put the Psy Cannon, the Gatling Silencer, remarkably now, probably into that chicken, unless I can see anything else with him, as he is remarkably still alive.
Do you want to have a think and a measure?
I'll just have a quick measure here. No, and here. Oh, I can see. Oh, I can't.
Just out of range by the looks of it.
Range. Okay, well, let me measure that properly.
Okay, we'll be back in a sec. It has been decided, and the goat is just out of range of other stuff, or line of sight of other stuff, so it will be the 12 heavy Gatling silencers into him, and the 6 heavy Psy Cannons into the rubrics.
But first, the 6 heavy Psy Cannons. Can't reroll ones, but got lots of hits.
Yes.
Got lots of wounds, because we're strength 8 base, that's 4 wounds.
All right, minus is...
Base is 2 now.
2, okay. So I'm going to take this 2 at a time on the ones in cover, because that will effectively give me a 4-up save.
Okay.
Because it's damage 2, right?
It's damage 2, yeah.
Yeah, but it's AP 2?
AP 2.
Okay, so they're both dead. So now it'll be 5 ups on the ones outside of cover. Oh no, I've got 1 more in cover there. We'll take it on him.
Yep.
So 1 more in cover. He's fine.
Okay.
And he's dead. So the ones in the crater have been removed.
Perfect, so that's 3 dead, and then we got 12 shots. 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. On the last remaining chicken, because he is still alive. These are 3 wounds,
yes.
so we're strength 5 these days. Okay, that is lots of saves, please. 7 saves, so 5 up.
7 saves, is
7.
it? 7
7.
saves. He is finally dead.
Good, so we got rid of that objective.
Yes.
And 3 rubrics as well. I'll take that.
It is Dreadnought on Dreadnought action.
Yes.
The multi-melter into the Hellbrute.
Yes, we have seen you, and we will purge you. You are a demon. 2 hits, because we are venerable.
Oh yeah, you're venerable, yeah.
The venerable Dreadnought, 2 wounds, -4, but you have 5.
5 up invulnerable save.
You are Tzeentch.
It didn't help.
Didn't help.
Okay.
2d6 damage. 2d6 damage. Oh, you are destroyed, even with the -1.
Even with a -1.
Assuming you're 8 wounds.
Yeah, 8 wounds. He is dead. Does he explode? No, not quite. But a Hellbrute has been melted.
That really was a lucky Dreadnought.
The Interceptors now into the Scarab Occult Terminators because those rubrics over there are a -1 to hit, so we may as well just try and get lucky and get...
Actually, I'll just fire at the rear, the unit which I've already been hammering.
Sure, why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Okay, here we go. No reroll ones to hit. They will get reroll ones to wound because one's in range of the captain.
Cool, very nice.
Just for your reference. Not that that matters.
Okay.
1 wound, sir.
I'm going to take this on the Soul Reaper because he's the closest to the unit of infantry behind them. He's fine because I've got the +1 against your damage 1.
All right. Cool. So they fired. This Terminator is in range to do 4 shots, but is he in line of sight? Oh my goodness. Is he in line of sight? Yes, he is, actually.
Okay, nice.
So he's going to do 4 shots at your Scarab Occult Terminator.
Terminator action.
That's 2 hits. 1 wound.
1 wound. Loves it.
Cool. Okay, that unit's doing an action, so can't do anything. Right, so I've got a strike squad and a purifier squad to fire.
Indeed.
Rapid fire. Let me have a little think about that.
Okay, we'll be back in just a second. The strike squad will start and they will go for the rubrics.
Yep.
Now remember, it is allocated to this guy at the front here with the Soul Reaper, so it will extend the charge, but it could potentially open up my characters. So risky business, but we'll have to see.
Have to kill him one way or another. Okay. Lots of shots, lots of hits. 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 5 wounds.
Only 5. Okay, so 2 up saves here. He takes a wound, but he is still alive, so fine. The charge isn't going to be any longer, but my characters will be protected a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Maybe.
This unit will now fire everything into the single Sorcerer.
The Lone Sorcerer.
Yeah, because that will take away your Cabal points and so forth.
Yes.
If he does.
Oh, that's nice.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds.
7.
These Storm Bolters.
Storm Bolters.
Bolters.
He loves it because he has all his dust.
Yeah, he does his thing. Okay, that's cool. That will just leave charge phase where the exciting stuff happens.
Okay, we'll be back with some horrible swords into my face. Grandmaster time! Grandmaster Flash.
His blade swipes through the Terminators. That will do it, just.
Yeah, because he's got first to the fray.
He gets first to the fray.
Which now so it gives him a +1 to his charge, but it also does something else now.
So this is the cool part. Now that I've charged them, then I'll charge with the Purifiers, and because he's in engagement range with them, they get a +1 to their charge.
Yeah.
But what I can do is I can get janky and go, I'm going to charge the Lone Sorcerer and the Terminators, but I still get a +1 to charge because they're both also.
Might want to check that because it might say if he's if they're only charging the target, but we'll check.
Okay,
we'll check and let you guys know. But it's really cool.
Yeah.
Because he's actually first to the frame.
He's first to the fray.
We checked it, and he is that inspiring. It works, which it makes sense because it'd be really convoluted otherwise, guys.
And these are Purifiers. It would be cool to see the Purifiers going. So I want to charge both the single guy and the Scarab Occult Terminators.
Yes.
They see their Grandmaster. He's smashed into the Scarab Occult Terminators. They are invigorated with Empiric Fire. Charge! Oh, they make it anyway because they are just bosses.
Strike team number 1.
Yes.
Because the other strike team is over on the other side of the battlefield and hasn't charged yet. I'm paying attention. Are you at home? Into the Terminators looking for an 8 because of first to the fray.
To the fray again, following their Grandmaster.
No,
Oh, not this.
unfortunate, but fortunate for me.
Now we're going to charge this unit into those Scarab Occult Terminators.
Okay.
They need a 9. No.
Okay. Gives me a bit of breathing room, but not a huge amount.
Okay, that is all of my charges done. Yeah, I will pile in and attack, probably with the Dread Knight Grandmaster first.
Yeah, because he is first to the fray.
Because it just makes sense. He's cool. And he's got a sweep attack now. It's super cool.
The fight phase cometh, and the Grandmaster will of course start things off, literally kicking it off into my face.
Sure. 6 attacks, because he is a weapon. He's a weapon that misses twice and can't reroll.
No, not allowed.
2s.
This is the big old smash here.
3 wounds.
3 wounds. Now I do have a 4-up inbun here thanks to the Glamour of Tzeentch. 2 go through. Okay, I'll wear it. So 1 dies because it's D6 damage. The second one.
D6 damage. No, it doesn't kill 1. Okay. Ouchie ouch. So 1 is slain, 1's still on 2 wounds. That's him forward.
I have interrupted
Indeed.
because I feel the need to whittle you down and reduce the number of attacks that you have. So I do have one and the Sorcerer onto your Purifiers, and then one into the Grandmaster. We'll start with him on the Grandmaster.
Sure.
He hits you twice.
Yes.
Strength 5, he wounds you once at -3, but you have a 4 up in one, I believe.
4 plus invulnerable save. I won't activate my 3 plus currently. I made it anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll then go over to the one on the Purifiers. I hit you twice, no rerolls over here. I wound you twice because they are strength 5 now, they're -3 and they are flat damage to the Prospering Capeshes.
Okay, okay. You have my attention, except I make a save.
Well, you make one. I kill one.
Okay.
And now the Sorcerer's Staff into your, what are they called? Purifiers.
Purifiers.
I hit you twice again.
Twice.
No Death to the False Emperor, it doesn't exist anymore. I wound you once, this time it's only -1 here. Does get one.
Does make it.
The damage is the big 3, so I do manage to kill 2 Purifiers. It might help me, we'll have to see. It is now time for them to strike me back.
Okay.
It is now the Purifiers. We have these 2, these are the normal ones here, and the Justicar is just there. So Justicar into the Lone Aspiring Sorcerer, and then the 2 into the Scarab Occult Terminators.
Yes, so Justicar meets your Sorcerer head on. He can reroll the ones because his Grandmaster is there.
Indeed.
That is 4 hits. Okay.
Please.
That is 3 wounds. That's -3.
5 up invulnerable saves, he's dead.
Is slain. Okay.
Bye.
We then have 8 attacks on. Sorry, 6 attacks
6
even.
attacks, yes. No Shock Assault for you.
No. 6
Baked
attacks on your. Right, re-rolling 1s, roll 2 2s. Do get the hits though. 3s. 1 wound.
Okay, Lawrence.
That's a shame.
4 up invulnerable save. Does kill the one on
Does
2
kill one.
wounds though, so you know, swings and roundabouts.
Something. It's something. It's not what I wanted, but
No.
it's something. I thought the Purifiers would have a much more epic debut.
Yeah,
They
shame.
whiffed their power, they whiffed their attacks. But that's fine. You auto pass morale, is that right?
I auto pass morale with Scarab Occults, and the Sorcerer is dead, so he doesn't get to fight you back.
No. Okay. I won't consolidate because I'm within 3 of that
Yep,
objective.
there is no need for you to
deliberately.
do so.
I'm already in combat with you anyway,
Yes.
so yeah, that is my turn. I did get engaged for max.
Yes.
I've got Retrieve
It's
Octarius
the
data for another 4 points.
Action over here.
And obviously I had the maximum primary. Yeah, let's see what you can do back. It's turn 3 for the Thousand Suns. The command phase has given Mr. Chef a command point. He's back to 4.
Yep.
His Infernal Pact, however, did not go off this turn.
Not today.
So no reroll, free
That's
reroll.
fine.
The Prince has come across the battlefields to meet the Grandmaster.
'Cause it's cool.
That is awesome. The Hellbrute, of course, is turning his attention to the Grandmaster as well. Scarab Occult Terminators remaining in combat with the Purifiers and, of course, the Grandmaster.
Yes.
Meanwhile, over here, we've had some shuffles. These Scarab Occult Terminators are holding the objective in lieu of the Flamers, which have moved out of the tree line and are trying to look at the strike squad back there. We have Thyrdderghyre, who's moved towards that unit as well, just in case a charge needs to go off. And it's a general consolidation in your own battle line.
Yes.
You're still not holding this objective, couldn't really get to it with what you were doing. This Sorcerer has moved towards the Purifiers over there as well. I believe he's supposed to be up just slightly bit more on that crater. So, that is it. There will be a very important psychic phase to come, and then, of course, a bit of shooting before the combat. Let's see what Chef does. Pyrrhic Flux is being cast here in the psychic phase on the Flamer units. We'll give them +1 strength on their Flamers. Pebbles.
Well, this bodes well. Fine. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yep. I'm not going to bother trying to.
Well, you can't deny it because even with your +1. So I take D3 mortal wounds. I take 1 mortal wound. I'll take that on the bolt gun.
Cool.
Cool.
Very nice.
That goes off. Very good.
Okay, what next?
We are then going to go over to this unit here. This is the unit with Presage, but they're instead going to No, they are going to do Presage. They're going to do that on the Terminators.
On the Terminators.
With a +1, that does indeed go off on an 8.
I will attempt to deny that from the strike squad.
Sure.
4, 5, 6, 7, +1, 8.
Not
no,
quite.
I failed to deny.
Okay, very nice. So they get a +1. I'm then going to... Yes. I'm then going to... So this unit here is going to cast, because this will be cool, if it works. They are going to cast Dark Blessing. So this is Warp Charge 6. with a +1, that does indeed go off on a 9. And what it does is, so normally I would pick an enemy model within 6 inches, but I'm going to use the Cabal focus to give it an extra 6 inches.
Okay.
So it'll be on a 12. And then if I roll above your toughness characteristic, you take D3 plus 3 mortal wounds. So on a 5+, that unit basically takes D3
so
plus
I'm
3.
going to attempt to deny that. Again, with that unit there, my interceptors could give it a go.
Sure.
So why not?
Not quite.
Every time.
Every time, indeed. Okay, so for the extra 6-inch range is Imbued Manifestation. It costs 4 of my Cabal dice. Okay. So now on a 5+, that unit takes D3 plus 3 mortal wounds. Of course. It doesn't anyway. Okay. Oh, right, fine. I thought it might be cool to try something, but no.
My Purifying Flame also went Purifying Whiff.
Yeah, Purifying Whiff.
Next up, the Infernal Master. It's the Glamour of Tzeentch, putting it on the Prince of Demons.
With a +1, that does just go off on a 6, but...
Okay. Yeah, we will attempt to deny with our Venerable Dreadnought.
Yeah.
He has been a force of will. No, yet again, I just equal.
You're matching me. So -1 to hit there.
That's annoying.
Cool. Okay. Yes. You're dead. You died. You died in combat. You were hit by a purifier in your face.
That's true, yeah.
But fortunately, I didn't cast any powers with him, so it's fine. Okay, so we'll go over to this guy here. He's going to cast a Doombolt.
Okay, that's onto the strike squads.
Yes. Yep. A Doombolt. It goes off on an 8.
Okay. I don't know why I'm going to bother doing this, because I'm probably going to roll an 8.
Yes.
But they're going to attempt to deny.
Sure. No.
No.
3 mortal wounds, 3 Aegis saves.
Okay, 3 Aegis saves. I do make 1, so 1 is slain. I'll remove a strike marine.
Tzeentch's Firestorm is going to go on to them as well. That fails. Okay, fine. And then a smite.
That also fails.
Right.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay.
This is not going out the way that I wanted to do, but fine. We're then going to go over to my normal sorcerer over there.
Yep, that's this one. The beak boy.
Beak boy, indeed.
Okay.
We are going to cast... Oh, what power did I give you? I know he had Temporal Surge.
We'll come back and check.
No, it's okay. I've got it here. Okay. So he's got Weaver of Fates. We're going to cast that on... Well, it's not +1 invuln, it's a flat 4 invuln, so it doesn't stack with existing invulns. Okay. We are going to give that to this unit of Terminators here.
Okay.
With a +1, yes, we are on a 7.
Okay, again, I have multiple denial attempts, so I'll attempt to deny it. Can I get... Yeah, there you go. No.
Okay, so he is buffed up.
I failed to deny every single time.
Yes. We're then going to cast a Smite. Okay, so with a +1, that makes it a 10. I'm then going to spend... or do I make that D6? No. You know what I'm going to do?
No, what are you going to do?
I'm going, because, so here's where it'd be really good to do multiple, and there is a Warlord trait that allows you to do multiple things on the same guy, but this is why it's balanced. I could add 1 to make it D6, or I could do an additional D3.
Okay.
But because I have a stratagem to make it a flat 3, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So I'm going to spend a... provided that you don't deny it, I would make it a flat 3. So it is cast on a 10.
Okay, so it's cast on a 10.
Yep.
Yeah, well, again, I've got a strike squad there that I could...
Sure.
This one here.
Yeah.
Could attempt to deny with. Okay, so I may as well. Can I finally get a deny?
You can. Okay, so I won't be spending the CP then. Very well.
Huzzah!
Probably should have used the extra to cast it, but never mind. Okay. So that's him done. We now come over to Prince Philip. Prince Philip is going to cast a Smite.
Smitey.
Okay. It's cast on an 11 because of my +1. It's a super smite.
How many smites can he cast?
He can only cast the 1.
Sorry, how many powers can he cast?
He can cast 2.
And then he can cast the 3rd?
Twist, if I use a CP, but I'm not casting a 3rd.
He's in range of my Sanctic Shard, so I may as well try and deny that with the Sanctic Shard, because it would auto-deny.
Yeah.
If I roll nice and high, like that. +1, auto-deny, regardless because I've got the Sanctic Shard.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to spend 8 dice to auto-cast Twist of Fate on a 9.
And so Twist of Fate is the death...
No invuns, that's what it is.
Okay. And is that a selected unit or an aura?
Oh no, it's not null zone. It's going to be on your guy that can have a free up invuln.
Okay, so you're basically giving him an auto cast. I cannot deny it.
You can deny. You can attempt to deny, but it is cast automatically on a 9.
Okay, well then in which case I'm going to attempt to deny that with the Sanctic Shards.
Does a librarian have 2 denies?
Yes, the librarian has 2 cast, 2 denies.
That's cool.
Otherwise I probably wouldn't have attempted the first deny.
Sure.
Although you're making me second guess it, so I will double check. No, I actually only get to deny once.
Yeah.
Must be thinking of Aldous or something. But so fair enough. Regardless, I failed the deny attempt anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, what's next?
So I do have 4 dice left. You know what? I was going to yeet out of combat. I'm instead going to cast a smite.
Okay.
It will have to go into the Grand Master because he is the closest. You have to measure from the Sorcerer.
Okay.
So that is unfortunate, but I'm going to attempt.
The third attempt, so
that will fail. Okay, fine.
Okay. So that's your Psychic phase concluded.
You
have removed the Invulnerable from the Dread Knight, which is not insignificant.
No, not when you can have a free up.
You know, but okay, fair enough. Hopefully he will survive to do some strikey strike back, but for now, it will be a shooting phase next. The shooting phase begins with Warpflame Death. Okay, very cool. Firing into the strike squad just in front of Thyrdderghyre.
Freddy the disc. Okay. We'll start with a bolt gun. Yep. I hit you twice. Okay. I wound you 1 time.
I fail to save.
Damage 1. Down. We then have a Warpflame pistol, so this will be strength 4 now, thanks to the Pyrrhic Flux. It is 3 shots. Yeah. It is 2 wounds, -2 there on that flamer.
Yep.
Another 2 damage. Well, one damage each. And now 3d6 on the flamers. I mean, okay.
It is the favoured number.
It is the favoured. Oh, look,
it was meant to be.
Clearly.
Do not question the will of Tzeentch.
3s to wound now at strength 5.
Yep.
Okay, that didn't help me at all. Fine. 5 wounds at -2 there.
It's 3.
So it kills another 1 and does a wound to another. Okay, cool.
So
we managed to kill 3 of them in total.
Yep.
So there is 1 guy left. We'll now do a Warpflame pistol from him into them. Why not? Okay, 6 shots. 5s to wound here because he's not buffed up. 1 wound at -2.
He saves.
Loves it. Okay. Right.
Just the cards left alive over there in that strike squad.
Laser cannons into your Terminator.
Cool. So -1 to hit because dents.
Reroll the 1 for the Demon Prince, the Prince of Demons. Misses. 2s to wound.
No. Okay then.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Okay.
What other shooting have you got?
It's literally just the rubrics and the Terminators. We will do the rubrics. They're going to fire everything into your interceptors.
Okay.
So the bolt pistol is going to be out of range. We've got 1, 2, 3 bolt guns and the Soul Reaper cannon. The bolt guns. Reroll the 1 for him if he's in range. Have I positioned correctly? No, he's not in range, but Prince Philip is there. So yes, I will re-roll that 1. But you are in light cover, not dense. So it's fine. No, 1 wound at -2.
Fails a save.
1 damage, so 1 is killed. Because 1 was on 1 wound. The Soul Reaper Cannon. Lovely. 3s to wound here. Okay, fine. -3 here. You have a 2-up save, so 5s. Kills another and wounds another. Okay. Good. You're starting to do what you should have been doing a while ago. That's good. Okay, so then we've got the Terminators. So there's
2 left.
2 left and 1's on 1 wound. Hellfires.
2 left and.
Oh yes, no, forgive me. Yes. So 2 left in there. Yeah. Everything barring the Hellfire missiles is going to go into them. The Hellfire is going to go into the Dredge.
Okay.
The Hellfire. I hit you twice.
Yep.
I wound you twice. -2 here. They both go through. 2d3 damage. It's 4, so it becomes 1 each.
More wounds on 6s.
It's only 2 damage.
Yep.
Yeah, you love it.
Okay.
So 6 remaining. We've got bolt guns, and then we've got the Soul Reaper cannon. Bolt guns, get out of here. Reroll the 1s for Prince Philip there. Lovely. That's better. That's better, lads. This is better. This is better. I mean, no, that's about right. 5 at -2 there.
5. 4s. I failed 4. Okay, the unit is wiped.
Unit is wiped.
Interceptors are slain.
Soul Reaper is wasted. That is my shooting phase done.
Okay, right, let me remove the casualties. Interceptors killed there, and 1 Justicar remaining over on that strike squad. Pretty nasty shooting all in all.
Yeah, not bad.
And removing the invulnerable save, setting himself up for the charge, which is not guaranteed, by the way. Let's see what happens. We're in the charge phase, everyone.
Yes.
What's charging first?
The Hellbrute into your Grandmaster. Right. He will make it.
Rolls a double 1.
But
okay.
fine. Okay. So now he can't make it. So he's just going to go into
The prince literally can't fit.
Can't
now.
fit.
So the double 1 did make a difference.
After all of that, like hype, it's like Game Bowl.
Yes.
You've hyped it up for 8 seasons.
The prince, however, will instead charge the purifiers. He will make it.
Okay, fine. Even with the thing. So, I mean, yeah, he's not going to be able to fit, but he can go there. Okay. Very good. The sorcerer is not going to charge because he would probably die if I whiff. And it's always a risk. This Exalted Sorcerer is going to charge into your purifier, however.
Yes, I think he makes it.
He's hungry for hams. Okay, cool.
Okay.
That is that. No other charges to make.
Nope.
So yeah, because you are technically up here, because otherwise you would be in engagement range, which is cheating. So yeah, that is that. Yeah, let me have a look at some stats.
Okay. We begin the combat with whom?
Well, we'll start with the Hellbrute because he's an angry boy.
It's an angry boy.
Yeah, you did a vortex on him and he was like, I don't like that.
Yeah, he didn't like it, did he?
Punch you in your face. He's got 5 attacks. He hits you all of the times there.
Yes, he does.
He wounds you on 2s, and he's re-rolling 1s because of the frenzy rule. Fire frenzy no longer exists. It now, if they've got 7 or less wounds, which he does because of said vortex, I re-roll 1s to wound.
Yes.
He's strength 12. Good thing too.
Those ones.
Damn it, I can't kill him. That is 4 wounds at -3. You don't get an invuln save.
I do get 5+
You do
saves,
get a
though,
5
so I'm
save.
effectively a Terminator. Come on. We do make 2.
So it is 6 damage.
6 damage.
Not enough to degrade him, but fine. We'll then go over to Prince Philip. Prince Philip, who has 5 attacks again as a Thousand Sons of Demon Prince. Not as many attacks as a Nurgle Demon Prince because he's better at casting.
Yes.
Makes sense. Here we go. Okay, he does drop 1.
Okay.
Can't reroll that for himself. He is strength 8, and he is -3, and he is damage free.
3 wounds.
3 wounds, 6 up saves.
6s. Purifiers.
They're dead.
They are slain.
Marvelous.
Okay, unit
And then
wiped.
Thyrdderghyre over here.
Tzeentch.
5 attacks with his
here.
Force Stave.
Yep.
He hits you all of the times there. No Death to the False Emperor. Doesn't exist anymore. Strength 7. It's 4 wounds at -1.
4 wounds. Yes, I'm dead.
He is dead.
Okay.
And then he gets a 6-inch consolidate as Tzeentch. That's his cool rule.
Okay.
So that allows him then to go back here to safety.
Very nice. Okay. Cool. So I'll remove the purifiers. My Dread Knight now does get to attack.
Yes.
The Hellbrute's already attacked, so I could probably attack the Scarab Occult Terminators again. All right, I'll be back in a second. The Dread Knight will now bring down his sword on the Scarab Occult Terminators. We will not suffer these imposters to live. He misses twice.
Again.
He does wound 4 times, though.
This time.
Okay, we will take that.
5 up in buns. Pass 1.
Okay.
So 1 is definitely dead.
1 is definitely dead.
'Cause 1 was on 1 wound.
But I have to roll d6 damage anyway. So if I roll anything but... Okay, 1 is definitely dead. And then the other one would be dead.
Very good.
So we do kill them, although only just. However, that is a significant blow. There are no more attacks back from the Thousand Sons this turn. Scoring-wise, you didn't get Stranglehold.
No, it's... maybe not the best pick, but whatever.
I'm now going to score max 15 again.
Maybe I should have charged with him to just kind of loop round, but I didn't want to risk him like dying.
Yes, I understand.
There's flat damage too. You just go back.
Yeah. And I've got Assassinate. Every character I kill is big points.
Yeah, exactly. So tough one.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, I will score 15 in my primary for the turn 3. I've already got engaged just by not moving, but I can probably get engaged again for max if I gate. Let's see what I do. There's a potential here where I could finish this crippled force, or I could whiff horribly. We shall see.
Here come the strike team to support their Grand Master, moving forward to engage with the Hellbrute and Prince Philip. Terminators have decided to walk out of the trees at last. Over here, Terminators forming ranks around their characters, looking to protect them, and the lucky Dreadnought has come forward further to bring his melter gun and his mighty glaive of Nemesis nastiness, which isn't actually a Nemesis force weapon, but it should be because it was cool. And that is kind of it. We're both looking a bit thin on the ground here. Yeah. These are very elite forces. So we'll have to see what happens. There is, of course, Psychic to come. The Grandmaster staying in combat, for it is glorious, and he's a bad man. The Librarian will kick things off with Warp Shaping.
Warp Shaping, we want to turn to the Tide of Convergence.
It's cast on a 5, isn't it?
It is cast on a 5.
I do have a deny.
You do have a deny.
But he's got Gate, doesn't he?
He does have Gate as well. That is my next power.
Yeah, are you liable to use Gate? Probably, but then you'd be giving up that objective at the rear there. Ooh.
Depends who I eat.
I am going to leave that.
You're going to leave it?
I'm going to leave
it. Going to deny it?
Nope, you can be in the Tide of Convergence.
Yay, we get to show it. I mean, it might not actually do too much.
No, that's what I mean.
I just want to show it. So
it's pretty cool though.
Yeah, it adds 6 inches to the range of the psi weapons. Doesn't matter here. But on 6s to wounds with Nemesis weapons, it does a mortal wound in addition.
Which is nice.
So if I make combat, then...
Which is very liable.
It can make a difference. Right, so I will do Gate of Infinity. It is him that had it.
Yes. Yeah, the brother captain has
got
Sanctuary. Yeah. So I only had 1 in deny here, guys. That's why I've not attempted to deny Convergence.
I think I might give up an objective here because it will set me up for nasty nast later on.
Okay.
So we're going to try and gate this Terminator unit here. That'll fail anyway.
The irony of it all.
There we go. So I won't give up the objective, but there it is. So next I'm going to cast Sanctuary from the captain. He will cast Sanctuary on the, probably this Venerable Dreadnought.
The Lucky Dreadnought, yes.
The Lucky Dreadnought. That does go off.
Okay, I will attempt to deny that with my Sorcerer that is in range, and I do, on a 9. It was ordained by Tzeentch.
Indeed. Then this will cast Smite on your Scarab Occult Terminators.
Sure.
So that's a thing. Okay. 4, 5, 6, it would go off.
I now have a plethora of denies in range now, and deny you I do, sir.
Yes, okay. The Terminator unit is, I don't think in denial, in denial range, in Smite range. No, it's not. Okay, so then what we're going to do is this unit here will cast Smite on the Dreadnought.
Sure.
Smitey. That goes off.
Does go off. Again, plethora of denies here. Denied. Okay.
Damn. Okay, so then this Dreadnought, he will cast Vortex of Doom on your Dreadnought.
Oh.
And I've got my was I?
You do have a CP. Would you have done the 3d6?
That's just what I'm considering now. Shouldn't need reroll charges, but it's a tough one.
Have a think.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to think about that. Sorry.
Of course he's gonna do it. Why would you not when you auto cast on an 8 and you can't be denied? Yeah. It'd be really stupid not to do it, really.
Because it's too good. So I get an additional 2d6 plus the
it's a 9.
I'd roll.
I can't do anything about it.
Okay, so you take 2d3 mortal wounds on that Hellbrute. It is 4 mortal wounds on the Hell.
So I do have a CP to use on a 5-up shrug against mortal wounds, which I will do now.
So you're down to 3.
I do take 3 mortal wounds.
Fair.
I'm down to 3 CP, and Philip will take a mortal wound as well.
He will indeed. Okay.
Very well.
I can't cast any more powers with him because it's just the 1. Then we have this unit here, which you've already denied the Smite.
Yep. It's just
this unit of Terminators will also attempt the Smite.
Yes.
That will go off.
I will attempt to deny you with Prince Philip.
Sure.
I do not deny you.
Oh, yay! So that goes on the Hellbrute. He will take another 2 mortal wounds, unless you can ignore.
Yep, my 5-up shrug continues for the phase.
Yep.
Biomechanical
Loses
something or other, another. Okay.
So down to 3
He's
wounds?
just taken 4 mortal wounds.
Down to 4 wounds now.
No, he is down to 3 because he was on 7. You just did 3 from the the vortex.
That's right.
Very good.
Okay, look, that's the psychic phase done.
Okay, mixed bag.
Mixed bag, really. I was hoping for a little bit more than that. But if the turn goes to plan, I can start killing characters. It won't matter, yes. So let's see.
The big guns of the Dread Knight do not tire.
Ooh.
Everything into the Hellbrute. Let us see if we can finish him off and then charge.
It's the truth. So that's Psych, and it's -1 because...
Yes, they are heavy.
That's a thing, right? It's a -1 because that's a thing. 3 wounds, because we are strength 8 with the heavy Psy Cannon.
-2.
-2.
Cool, so I save 1.
2 wounds gone.
That were, yeah, because I reduced damage by 1.
Damage 2, but...
Yep, so I have 1 wound remaining.
1 wound remaining, and then 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Gatling Silencer. Gatling Silencer.
Dropped a few there.
I think that was a 2, so I'm going to take that out. The rest of them hits.
Winning on 5s here.
Yes, 5s. Oh, that's nice. That's 5 wounds. At -1, my friend.
Do you mean 4 wounds?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh yeah, no, I can't count.
Okay. I thought for a minute maybe I couldn't count.
The one down here was like in a blind spot. I was like, -1, right?
It doesn't exist in the war.
He's super dead. Does he explode and take a chunk of you with
Double
him?
dead.
Damn
no,
it.
close though.
Never mind.
Okay.
He is dead. The Hellbrute is no more.
Savage.
He tried his best, and his best was found wanting.
Savage.
Long range marksman now. Yeah. Everything into this Sorcerer here. Can't use Prince Philip to protect him because he is himself a character. It is not allowed, and he has less than the required amount of wounds.
I want to kill him, please.
I would rather you didn't.
Psy Cannon. Oh, it's 3 hits there.
There's 3 hits there. Okay.
Thank you, that.
Strength 7.
It is strength 7.
Praise.
It is only the 1 wound.
A single wound.
It's a save or die. You're in cover.
I am in cover.
But I'm -1.
Okay.
Let's make it a 3+. What do you reckon?
Oh! Oh! Okay.
And then Stormbolter. Stormbolter! Stormbolters! 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 2 wins.
Well, he does incidentally have 2 wounds remaining. He incidentally has 1 wound remaining thanks to that cover, but that was a bit too close for comfort for the Sorcerer.
I'm happy to move on.
Sure.
This unit's just going to rapid fire everything at that one guy.
I see.
Because he's worth 3 points to me.
Yes.
And, you know, this is good.
Sure.
This is good. This is the way. 8 shots.
I saw a really interesting thing
12.
the other day, because apparently the Olympic medals, they have that kind of metallic grain to it. Yeah. So I saw a thing where it was like that. Then it was a picture of the metal, and then it was a picture of the Mandalorian underneath just going Mandalorian intensifies. That's because it looked like Mandalorian metal. It looked like Beskar. It was great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's such a good show.
It's a great show.
I love that show.
Any sort of space western-esque thing, I love.
I managed to wound you twice.
Well, it worked well for you last time.
It did.
I'm going to spend a CP to re-roll it because you're worth 3 points to me.
Okay, so you're down to 2 CP.
Okay.
You're still alive.
Yes. Frustratingly.
Yeah, very frustrating. So I'm going to have to fire my lucky Dreadnought who can see you. But this is LOS blocking. But I can actually see you based this way. Anyway.
I see.
But it does mean that I have to do 2 multi-melter shots at you, which is ludicrous. But there we go. It's worth that many points.
Okay.
Of course, I roll a 1. Can I roll a 1 to wound? No, I do wound you.
5-up invulnerable save here, though, Lawrence.
Save or die.
A 5-up invulnerable save here, Lawrence.
Die.
A 5-up invulnerable save there, Lawrence. How is he still alive?
I don't know.
He should be so dead.
He should be dead.
Most of the stuff that I had should be dead.
But there it is.
Terminator time. We've got Stormbolters, a couple in range into the Scarab Occult Terminators, and the Psy Cannon, because it's a 13th range, you're going to go into those Flamer Rubricite at the back there.
So 3 of those shots. 3 hits.
Nice. 3 to it.
3 wounds.
Okay. -1.
-1.
Okay, so I have a 4-up save against this because it's damage 2.
Yeah. 1's dead.
The 1-on-1 wound dies. Fine.
Okay. Stormbolters into your Scarab Occult Terminators. So that's 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. It's a lot of dice. 3.
16. To be precise, if they're all in range.
1's not in range,
so 12.
Remove him. 12. Okay, okay. Wednesday. 1 wound.
Right.
Yeah.
Saves it.
And
Okay.
then the Mastercrafted Captain.
Yeah, they get Mastercrafted bolt guns, which is really cool.
3 hits. 3 wounds.
Oh, nice. And this is all into the
damage
Terminators.
too.
And they're -1 base. Yeah. Okay, nice. So I only have a, I mean, I do have cover, so it will be 2 save, but 3 saves, yes?
Yep, 3 saves.
Very nice.
3 saves.
So one does take 2 wounds there.
Yeah.
Damage 2, very tasty. I'll pop it on this guy here.
Sure. That's it. That's my shooting done. It'll be charge phase next.
Okay, we'll be back in just a moment. It is the charge phase.
Yes.
The Grandmaster can't fail because of his +1, but we're going to roll it because we want to loop and do a loopy.
Yes,
there you go. Very nice. Okay.
Still within 3 of the objective. Yes. Then the strike squad will charge you because that's badass. They make it.
Oh, yes, they do.
Okay.
Okay. And this is where I get to show off my Conniving plate, which is nice. So it gives me a 2-up save, which doesn't really help against all the AP free here, but it does mean that you can only allocate up to half of your attacks on me if you are a model in engagement range. Sure. So weirdly,
rounding up.
You round up because it's a
so
fraction.
I'd still get 2 attacks each, and I'd still get 2 attacks from the Justicar.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing, because these models at the rear aren't technically in engagement range, because engagement range is 1 inch, so fighting in a rank is better against him.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Then
so,
they'll get 6. Okay.
So you'll get 9 attacks for the guys at the back there.
Yeah.
10 because one's a Justicar, and then you'll get another 2 for the ones in combat. But your Grandmaster will only get 3 attacks because the other attacks you can't allocate to anyone else.
Or I could do a sweep for 6 attacks.
Yes. Have a think.
Yes, it's just because the 6 is to do mortal wounds as well with this side. I'll have a little think. I might try and charge this Lucky Dreadnought as well. He needs an 11.
Are you accounting for the crater there as well?
Well, I can move to within 1 inch without going into the crater.
Then crack on.
Because you're right on the edge, because you had to be to get to that objective.
That is correct.
So I'm just going to give it a go.
Give it a red hot go. No.
No. Okay. Cool. Right. We'll be back. I'll work out what's going to be better to hit with first.
Sure. We will start with the strike team. We have 14 attacks in total. You are -1 to hit, but of course, rerolling 1s for the Grandmaster.
Rerolling
leading
ones.
you into the free.
Rerolling 1.
That glamour has paid dividends there.
It sure has. Okay. Right. This is the interesting part. 6s are mortal wounds.
Yeah, can't do anything about that.
Only the 1.
So
and in fact, only 1 wound.
Only 1 wound.
Oh,
so I do have a 4-up inburn, which I fail, but because of my Undying form, it reduces the damage by 1. So I have 4 wounds remaining.
Okay.
So I am going... How many CP do I have?
You've only got 2 left.
I've only got 2. Ooh, do I interrupt? Yes, I do. I'm going to interrupt, and I put all of my attacks into your big boy
Grandmaster?
because Twist of Fate is still in effect. So 5 attacks. Here we go. I do drop 1.
Sure.
Strength is 8. I do wound you 3 times, 4 times at -3, and no invulnerable save from the Twist of Fate. Flat 3 damage a pop.
But 3, 6, 9 damage. He is destroyed. Weirdly, I'm not sure if he can blow up.
Well, he doesn't.
He doesn't blow up on a 4.
Okay.
Okay, he's dead. Oh dear, that was a blow of blows. Good night, sweet Grandmaster.
You really missed a trick to say good night, sweet night.
Sure.
With the Grandmaster toppled, that brings us to the end of the turn. Unfortunate.
It is, yeah. I actually made a mistake. I should have done the Tide of Banishment. There it is, because I was only going to be in combat with the Demon Prince anyway, so I just picked the wrong tide. Okay. Because the mortal wounds were not very reliable when you're having your attacks.
Sure.
And I'd rather the reroll once to hit and wound. Okay.
Well, you did pick up the 2 points for engage, no points for assassinate there.
Yes.
I am still only going to score the 5 points for the primary, but now I can start setting myself up now that I've got a little bit of breathing room. Let's see what the Thousand Suns can do in turn 4. Can I pull this back? Let's find out.
It's Thousand Suns' turn 4. The command phase has been and gone, putting him back to 1 CP. Failed to get the Infernal Pact off again, so no free reroll. But has shuffled around his deployment zone. The Scarab Occult Terminators finally pushing forward a little bit more through the craters. Thyrdderghyre coming over here to support the Demon Prince, and as are the Rubric Marines. And Big Boy, who's on 1 wound, has moved towards that objective.
Yes.
It's Psychic phase next.
It is, yes.
Let's see what Chef can pull off. I'm in denial range with everything, including my characters. So this will be significant. Oh, one other thing. The new Dark Matter Crystal has moved this unit over here.
And their Altarius data.
They're retrieving Altarius data. Very nice. That will be the third attempt.
That's the third, yeah.
Okay, cool. So that will get him 4 points. Another 4 points this turn. But let's see what happens in the psychic phase. Action. We begin with the Prince. A smite. Into the strike squad.
A smite into the strike squad. Here we go.
Yes, I guess that goes.
Okay,
but it
so
will be a perils on yourself.
It will be a perils. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to accept that, but I am going to spend my last CP, or the CP that I've just gained, to heal D3 wounds. So effectively, I'll take D3 because I cast it on more than a 9.
Oh, okay.
So I take D3, I take 2, and I heal 3. So effectively, I go down to 2, and then I go back up to 5.
Wow. Okay, so that's a stratagem.
That's that's temporal flux.
Okay,
strategy.
fair enough. And then the damage.
The damage is D6. I'm going to spend 4 of my warp dice to add an additional D3 to this.
Okay.
The initial blast is 6, and the additional D3 is the free.
Oh,
9 mortal
9.
wounds. The magic
Savage.
number he's powering up.
Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 dice here for the Aegis. 6,
Shrug 3.
7, 8, 9.
Shrug 4. You shrugged 5 though. Very nice.
5.
Okay.
So you killed 2 of the Marines, despite the superpower.
Okay.
But still very, very nasty.
Indeed.
We now move over to the Scarab Occults, or the Rubricae.
Yes.
That Sorcerer is casting Smite.
Yes.
Which will also be on that strike squad.
Another smite. So with a +1, that makes it an 8.
Yep, we will deny that. No, we will not.
It is D3 damage. It is the big 3.
The big 3. 5s. The Aegis goes off twice again.
Okay, wow.
One
very
wound
good.
down on a Strike Marine.
We'll go straight over to the Sorcerer here, because that was their 1 power. This Sorcerer casting a smite. Not this time. Nope, okay, going to leave that. We'll go over to my Rehati. He's going to cast a smite, so we're looking for a 7 on the smites now. That is cast on a 9 + 1, 10. I'm going to spend 5 of my dice to make that a super smite, to put it up to an 11, basically, because I had +1 to the cast on top of my already existing +1.
Right, okay, we will attempt to deny it anyway.
Yes.
Nope.
So D6 on that, it is 5.
Wow, okay, serious damage here.
The smite is powering up.
5s.
There we go.
No, that will kill 2 more Marines, because
Okay.
one was already down on 1, so leaves just the Justicar alive there.
So he's now going to do a Doombolt with a +1 that casts on a 7.
I'm sorry, who's this?
This is still with the Rehati.
Oh, okay. What other powers do you have to cast?
Well, he's got Doombolt and he's got Tzeentch's Firestorm.
And who else do you have to cast with?
Oh, I've got the Sorcerers here, and I've got the Infernal Master.
What powers do they have?
They have the, I mean, they're going to be smiting because they're not in range of their 6-inch thing.
Okay, well, we will attempt to deny that with our Sorcerer. Sorcerer. Our Sanctic, yes, we do. 6, 7,
Lovely.
9, so it's automatically denied.
Okay. So we've got to stick with him now. We're going to do the Tzeentch's Firestorm. Here we go. With a +1, that does go off on a 7, and I will be doing it on the unit there. Denied. Very nice. Infernal Master, a smite. Doesn't go off. Damn it, no Sorcerous Prowess for me.
So the psychic phase is concluded.
Just this guy here.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, let me have a look. Would I be within 12? Just out by the looks of it. So I can't do my Dark Blessing, so just going to cast a smite. With a +1, doesn't go off because I'm looking for 9s.
Okay, psychic phase is now concluded. Just the Justicar alive, some incredible display of power there.
It is.
Not quite enough to wipe the
Aegis
unit
is keeping you in it.
Interesting stuff. It's a shooting phase with these Rubricae. They're going to be firing past the Sky Shield landing pad into the Venerable Dreadnoughts.
Yes, into that Dread. The bolt guns. I hit you once. The bolt gun doesn't wound you. The Soul Reaper cannon.
He's the lucky Dread.
Oh dear.
He is
very lucky. Oh dear. Okay, we'll go straight over to the rubrics. The rubrics, the Scarab Occult. We have 1 Soul Reaper, and then we have 3 bolt guns in there.
All right.
And then that is my shooting phase done, would you believe?
It
Okay, very nice. Looking for 5 to wound here. 1, 2 wounds, 3 wounds at -2. I am within 12, so your light cover doesn't apply.
I'm not in light cover anyway.
Oh no, you changed your tide, yeah.
Yeah, so I fail those 3.
Okay, you have 6 up shrugs.
Good point.
Well, he is lucky.
No.
Okay. The Soul Reaper Cannon hits you very nice. Wounds you. Toughness is 7, so no wounds. Yes, 3 wounds remaining. The Hellfire Missile Rack hits you twice. Wounds you twice, -2.
He saves twice.
Okay. Right. I mean, it's charge phase now. The Rehati's going in. He makes it.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to charge with the Scarab Occults. It is an 11-inch charge because they are in the crater. Let's give it a go.
Alrighty.
No. Okay. Very good.
Okay, so just the Rehati going in. I mean, we can just go right
We can go straight into it.
that if you like.
Yeah, he's got 5 attacks.
Okay.
5 attacks. Here we go. Hit you all of the times. Strength 7 is 3 wounds at -1.
Let us save. No, 2 go through. Yes, I'm dead.
D3 damage on that.
Okay, so you wipe that strike squad as well. Pretty savage slap back here from the Thousand Suns. But that's your turn 4.
It is. He then gets to consolidate 6 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to consolidate there in order to deny you hold more on the primary.
Sure.
Doesn't get me the Stranglehold because unfortunately I didn't kill that Dreadnought. But it does deny you 5 points on the primary at least. I've done the action over there. No Psychic Prowess again. Fine. We'll have to do it.
But I get 10 points.
But you will get the 10
primary. Okay, and now can I finally kill some characters in my turn 4? Let's find out.
Lawrence has a task.
Yep.
We've done some quick math. If he can manage to kill 2 characters, he will I basically won't be able to win because
Even if you score maximum.
I would need to basically table him, and realistically, it's not going to happen with the firepower they have. So if he kills 2 characters and gets the engage, I cannot catch up with him. I could force a draw, but I would basically need to do some mega jank, and even then I don't think it would be possible. So,
Mega jank.
that is your duty. You must slay me in the name of the Emperor so that I can go home.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to open with... where are we?
So whilst you think about that, I'll talk about movement. We've moved up here.
Yes, please. Yeah.
We've gone around here with the characters, looking to get line of sight onto those units, the unit of rubrics that have zip zap zipped over there. Over there, Terminators have finally come out past the crater to play, holding that on onto that objective, and the luckiest Dreadnought in town coming forward to smack my rubrics and my Scarab.
So speaking of which, we're going to open with him.
Okay.
Or actually, I'll open with this unit first.
Sure.
They'll do a smite.
Okay.
The nearest model is your
It will be the
Sorcerer.
Rehati, yep.
So smite
smite.
into your Sorcerer. It goes off.
He will deny you. He will deny you on a 7.
Yes, he will. Okay. Nice. Then we will do a smite from this Dreadnought into your Scarab Occult Terminators.
Oh, I can't see what that is. It's a free. Oh, it's a big
7, 8,
one.
9.
Okay, we're looking for a 10 here. They will deny you. They will not
5, 6,
deny.
7, 8. No. So first smite of the game goes through. It does kill one.
And it kills the one on 1 wound. Okay, very good.
Okay, that's fine. Then we will cast a Sanctuary on this Terminator units.
Squad.
That goes off.
The unit over in the corner will attempt to deny you because I don't believe I have any other ones in range over there. Nope, no deny.
Okay.
So they are sanctuary.
I'm now going to spend my last CP.
Yep.
To do 3d6 on Gate of Infinity.
Yes.
Which will then get me max engage again. That goes off.
Yes.
And this is how I should win the game in theory.
Well, yeah, so if you get the max engage, that'll give you the 3 points. I physically cannot catch you at that stage. The best I could do would be realistically to force a draw.
And then I'm here, and Thyrdderghyre's the nearest, so I could target him.
Okay.
And your prince.
Well, let's find out if you do actually do it.
Let's find out if it happens.
Okay. The math has been done again. We've done some recalculus. If this character is slain, that will knock me off the primary. I just didn't have enough movement to get onto that objective with the Scarab Occults there because I needed to shoot realistically to try and do some damage to that Dread that's stomping towards my lines. So that will knock me off that. That means I will only get 10 for the primary. I will be able to get Stranglehold next turn, and realistically, presuming that I kill them and him and them all in the Psychic phase, which is practically impossible outside of super smiting every single thing and you failing every single Aegis. Not impossible, but very unlikely.
But it's just, if we assumed that you scored the maximum,
that would be 9 points, which would at best put me on 56, because I can't get any more Octaris. Lawrence, if he kills this Psyker, because he's got engaged for 3 points, that will net him 3 points, 57. So basically, finish him with a smite.
Yeah.
Because that would be really a cool way to end it as well.
It would be an appropriate way. However, that is a
that is a 6.
Smite, so it would go off, but so you need to deny.
He will deny it. He does.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, so we're going to go right into the shooting phase.
Yeah.
That unit's going to fight everything at that one.
Now, there is a really cool stratagem that I wanted to show off, and it basically, you pick a character, and as long as they're within 3 inches, you do it at the start of the enemy shooting phase, as long as they're within 3 inches of a Rubric or Scarab Occult unit, you can't target them at all with shooting attacks. Alas, Prince Philip decided to blow his head up.
Prince Philip. Yes. Oh, it's a lot of hits.
No cover this time.
No cover this time. And you do need to make 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds, 7 saves.
I've got 6 in my hands here.
Blessed number.
7.
Save or die situation.
He is dead. He is finally slain. He led an extremely charmed life. So that means that regardless of what I do, Lawrence will win by a minimum of 1 point. But realistically, because he'll be able to move on to an objective and do an Octaris state, he's probably closer to about 10 points.
I mean, we can play it. We can, like this, basically, this unit will now shoot at that.
Yeah.
He's going to, if he survives, I'd actually fire the multi-melter at that character as well, which would knock you off of that.
Yeah, at which point you're really denying.
I mean, I'll just do the multi-melter for a laugh.
Sure.
2 hits, just in case, as a double. Okay then. Then the Psy Cannon would fire at them. That does
2
hit
hits.
twice. Does wounds twice. This could potentially kill him as well. -1.
No, I said them both.
And then the Stormbolter. I mean, I don't know why we're doing it. But,
I mean, why not, right?
Literally, you can't. I'd win by a point, but another 2 wounds.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
So, I mean, you wouldn't. I mean, you could make the charge potentially, although it's a long charge, and then you wouldn't get.
Well, he's going to charge them.
I mean, there's really no need.
There's no point.
There's no point in doing this. You will win by a point regardless. You might wipe them off of there, and then you'll really knock off the points. But I mean, again, you've already won by a single point, and it's late here, guys. And we've shown you a bunch of really cool stuff.
We have
a bunch of cool stuff.
Look, it's an interesting matchup, Thousand Suns versus Grey Knights.
It's a very tough matchup for Thousand Suns.
And regardless, it was a very close game. It was a very, very close game. So it's quite nice to see that with 2 effectively non-competitive lists smashing each other in the face. It was a really close game. Which is awesome. I'm very excited to see how people start deploying these forces and what brotherhoods they favour and what cults they favour. But for now, the Ward Makers were victorious this day by, let's say, by a single point. Because I failed to kill him with the multi-melter. We'll just assume that the Tzeentch forces suddenly dissipated.
Yeah, I was never here.
You were never there.
Here's the thing: by a single point, you think that you've won, but actually, maybe there was this was fated, and there was something else that I was.
We won the battle, but you've probably won the war somewhere else, where actually
100 years down the line.
That's how far ahead Tzeentch is.
What's happened is because I have appeared, you've come to deal with it, and then that's enabled Tzeentch to do something else somewhere else in the galaxy.
Yeah.
Look, he's a potent man, or
bird,
or bird creature. He's a formless void.
Yeah, I mean, he is chaos.
Yes, he is the actual embodiment. Thank you for the game, sir.
Thank you for the game,
hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun for us. Hopefully you got to see a nice little taster of some of the really cool stuff that both of these armies are capable of doing now that they have been revamped and zhuzhed up and elevated to the status of a 9th edition codex. There will be plenty more to come, have no fear. And if you have not done so already, join us on Demand. Do it.
Be the boss
do it.
You want to
do
be.
it. You must do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Okay, goodbye everyone. We love you. Action. Woo, we, start that again. Action.